All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final sets of the Blair Community Cup. Up tonight, we have two of the three final sets. Oh, hold on. If I go to the right scene, we'll actually see that. All right. So we have Castle, the final set, Halberdier versus Skirmisher, which I believe is actually only two sets. I think the third set was called off ultimately. And then we have the Imperial Bracket set of Turtleship versus Thirisadai. If you would like to see the stream of Caravel versus Longboat, that actually happened as a live stream while those games happened and is available on the YouTube channel. So go check out Evan Blair's YouTube channel. Snowy and Thalion did a wonderful job of live casting those games, which is not easy to do. So good on them for doing that. And yeah, we will get into the other games here shortly. Um, Once again, these are games determining winners. I think Halberdier is currently 3-0 up. Team Hussar is 3-3, and Skirmisher is 0-3. Uh, of the others, I don't actually remember what the scores are. Uh, but this final round, these final three games were important for every team for placement. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started on set number one, which is the castle bracket set of Halberdier versus Skirmisher. And we will be starting on Zawal. So here we are on Zawal. In the north, we have Team Halberdier, Bismarcking on the flank with Bohemians. I expect we'll see a boom into Hoofnisa, actually. He does love his booms. Thalion in his pocket as the way. Might see Tiger Cav again. She's been favoring that on this map. Um, Cavalry in general. Fire Phoenix has the Tatars. Um, I'm excited to see Step Lancers might actually be really great for raiding here. And Waffler as a Spanish, potentially a fast castle drop, but might also boom up. But probably Conks, possibly Paladin that we'll see from him. On the south sides, we have the Reaper playing as the Romans. Um, in his pocket, Terag playing the Burgundians. Also expect to see more of a boom from him, and then potentially cavalry. Fire God playing as the Byzantines, also nice defensive. Civ might drop some castles in defense, and Dark Zanes playing as the Celts. Now, I don't think we've seen Celts on this map uh, this entire tournament, actually. So we shall see what his plan is with those. Halb Siege obviously could be extremely strong, especially if you're facing cavalry civs. Running into Celt Halbs is not going to be pleasant, especially with the where is it? This what? Okay, I thought Celt Halbs had a bonus, but I'm confusing them. Stronghold's still going to be super nice though, and for Celtica, obviously for this siege. But we have a relatively calm start on all sides, as you know, Zawal does favor that. Don't think we'll see too much action before Castle Age. Okay, this is just one tile too narrow, or this is so annoying. You could place a single mining camp here, but it would be like right up against both of them. If it was like two tiles further apart, you could get a perfect uh, mining camp placement in between there. But alas, map generation. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I think that's the first time I see a dude. Okay, so if this was a imagine if this was an exposed gold that the enemy could come. You could get a villager to build a tower into here and then a stone wall right here, and you cannot rush this down because you need to mine away gold on three. That would be a wild power placement to deny the gold. Not going to happen as it's super defensive gold and it's in the pocket of a player who has a wall in front. So, um, but imagine this as a forward gold on Arabia that you scouted from your enemy and managed to sneak it. That would be wild. Anyway, lots of houses coming down. We see Reaper does not want to be housed. Hey, Southpaw. And, ooh, okay, Loom coming in. Smart, don't want to lose a villager to the boar. And, here we go. Very good, very nice. Actually, this is also something I haven't seen on Zawal before. This is a super narrow tree line. Like, It's actually going to force Fire Phoenix and Thalion to kind of move apart because you have like no capabilities of woodline here, which might come into play if raids come out on the outside flanks. It's kind of going to leave an open center, I think, because it's going to naturally force them to build their ecos away from each other. But I mean, on the other hand, that's a whole lot of farming space, right? You can use all of this, and that's relatively easy with a wall right there to protect. So, advantages, disadvantages. Relatively calm ecos for everyone right now, though. Making their way up to Castle Age. Yeah, this is okay. This is definitely my favorite gold generation. Hey, Snowy, 1 second. Let me unmute you so chat can hear you. Yeah. My co-caster was delayed, but he has just arrived. I just need to unmute him on the stream. Okay, say something. Well, now I can't hear him either, so that didn't work. Yeah, well, I can't. Well, yes, I can no longer hear him either, but I can't hear him through the Discord. So I think the Discord is the issue right now, not the. We'll get him figured out. We got some time. We're still in Dark Age. Still hasn't recovered his voice since that Chaos Pit game. Possibly. That was a long cast he had to do. That's fair. All right, Bismarcking, first player up to the Feudal Age.
Yep, that's true.
Ah, there you go.
Ender figures out to get my voice, how to get my voice through the stream. You will only have a good caster voice.
Well, they hear you. All right, Feudal Age coming in for most of Team Halberdier now. How's it going, Snowy? Oh, this is why it's not working. Hey, Snowy, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good.
Yeah, so the issue wasn't you not talking. The issue was me not being on push to talk in Discord, so a stream could hear me, but you couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Skill issue.
Yeah.
All right, are you in on this game already?
Yes.
Sweet.
I'm just catching up now.
Okay, I'm at 10 minutes 20. I can stop for you if you want.
It's whatever.
Ooh. Look at these pockets on these walls as well. No hidden gold this time, which we saw in Imp. And
Yep, there is a hidden stone.
is there?
Yep, at the very west side of the map, there's the tiny bit 3 tile gold.
Oh, yeah, I
Not
see.
gold, stone.
Yeah. That is so hidden I didn't even see it. I wonder if Bismarcking has sent his scout that down there. Let me check if he sees that. Ah. I guess they're playing on Explored. So in theory, he is as aware of it as he's going
Yeah,
to
that's
get.
true.
I always forget that hidden gold is.
Alright, what time are you at?
I'm at 12:25. I'm gonna
Okay.
pause at 12:26. Let me know when you're there.
Alright.
You set? Also, thanks for the follow, Waffler.
Alright, I'm there.
All right, then starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Market Blacksmith from Thalion, Market Blacksmith from Bismarcking. I'm thinking we're gonna see some fast castles here.
Yeah, probably. Being Z-Wall, and they'll probably play it very close. So they just want to boom up and,
Market from Darksane. According to us guys, who has the coolest username in this set?
Um,
We have 2 fire players. You know what? I
I
like
mean,
the, huh?
it's hard to beat Bismarcking.
You know what? I favor the Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like vaguely ominous. Vaguely but very specifically ominous. All right, Castle Age. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Dark Zane will actually be the first up to Castle Age, I believe. Yeah, with Thalion second. And we have double barracks dropped from Dark Zane, so we've got a plan. Why Bismarcking? Asks Southpaw.
Why Bismarcking is because it's very unique, and it's creative, and it's a playoff of the battleship Bismarck.
That's fair. Good. All right. Okay. What is your prediction? What is our Romans player gonna use as initial comp? Are we gonna see infantry or siege or something else entirely?
I would assume probably infantry.
Ooh, early arson from Dark Zane. Is he planning to use his infantry to get through the walls as well?
Maybe. We'll see. Like going fast castle, long swords, they're very good. We'll see if he goes for
Yeah.
a siege tower or a ram. And either way, he can push pretty well.
Yeah. Well, and he has the first armor upgrade as well already. Not quite queuing up any units yet, though. I was gonna go for that second TC first. Second TC from Thalion as well on the stone.
I don't get that, but okay.
And ooh, second layer of wall from Waffler coming up here. Wants to kind of secure this outside flank a little bit. And we'll even go for a watchtower behind that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That wall right there is just very good. It's very easy to do, and then he can make sure it's all in the front and nothing sneaking behind him. I really like that wall. I don't like the double barracks and then the second TC. I think if you're gonna do the double barracks, you gotta go with the siege workshop first thing.
We do have men-at-arms coming in, so I think we are going to see military comparatively early here. But it does seem to be a bit of a split. Castle H on the way from Terag now as well, who has a pretty healthy farming eco. 13 farms up already. Although I think Thalion has the most.
Point of the casters being able to point out all of the mistakes of the players and knowing that there's no way the casters in the same position playing the game would make these same mistakes, right? Like,
Now, okay, Darkseid actually has, if he goes military and punches through all, he has a really good chance to punish because Bismarcking is going for a 4 TC boom, which means he's going to be fully invested in his eco. I won't really have much of anything in defense for a while. And even his pocket is going for 2 TCs. And we have Longswordsman in. Just needs to queue up some units and get rolling. Castle
4 stables going down for Terag. Yeah, Terag. Pretty nice. Maybe he could try to, like... oh, that would be perfect. If he could get, like, a siege workshop down, do an early cavalier push.
Yeah, that's what we're missing. Now, I don't think he has the eco to sustain 4 stable production. Like, I like the idea, but you're on a single TC with 15 farms, and that's not going to sustain 4 stables.
Well, he's got 1,000 food in the bank. He's got 700 gold.
That is true.
The upgrades are cheap for him. It's not going to sustain him long term, but
right. But an early push
if
could
he's doing
be good.
an early push with it, then it's fine.
Oop. All right, so we have some longswords working away at this wall here. At this wall here. Now there is some palisade walls here from Bismarcking on the side, but other than that, just kind of a row of houses. I do want to see Siege from Team Skirmisher. I like the early military approach, but Siege is going to be so much better at punching through these walls than your longswords. Even I mean the longswords are doing good damage, but Siege is still going to be faster.
What? Yes. What Darksane could have done is he finds a corner piece of wall and used like 8 longswordmen on it, and it would go down extremely fast.
Yeah, like this one just has much more surface area that can be attacked by infantry than this one, which is, to be fair, still has a fair amount of units attacking it. I don't think any are attacking, well, some are attacking this adjacent, but I think both longswords, a scout, and a pike are attacking this, so it is going down reasonably fast. And this will allow him to mass some more units. I do want to see continued unit production from him. Alright, we have militia out from the Reaper as well. Hey, Platypus TV, thank you for the follow. And in the north, just heavy booming going on. 3 TCs for Thalion now as well. Military lead 17-5. Oh, and there's the ram. There's 2 rams even, very nice.
Yep. That's good. That's... And, yeah.
We do have the castle coming up from Thalion in the center.
Coming out.
Yeah. On its way, we do have the castle from Thalion in the center, so we might see a push there. And, oop, Waffler has a monk gathering up the relics. You love to see it. And we've got several pings along the walls. Not sure what those are about. Might just be for outposts, I guess, or for scouting. Alright, the ram is here,
Probably.
and it's you can see how much more damage it's doing than those longswords did.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. I don't think Darksane is aware. No, okay, he's seen the beginning of this palisade going up, so he should be aware. And I mean, with the rams, it's not going to be... It's 250 HP, right? So like 2 hits from the rams and that palisade is gone. That's not going to hold him for long. We'll provide a bit of an early warning, though, for Bismarcking, who also has a siege workshop up already. Hasn't queued any units yet, though. And this is where Darksane needs to go ahead and push, because the military advantage is 40 units to 6, but you are losing in the eco department, right? You're almost 50 units behind at this point, and there's a second castle coming up from Fire Phoenix. Counter castle from Fire God in the south, though. But we're starting to see Cav queued up from Thalion.
Yep. I really like the numbers of Cavalier Tayrag has, so he could he will be able to use them to defend or attack, whichever one, depending on how he decides to break through the walls, which he's building some rams, so...
Yep, and Darksane is continuing to push. He's through the palisade. He could potentially deny this castle. Is he going to go for it? Ooh, nice house wall there by Bismarcking. Is going to buy him a little bit of time, but there's another gap, and yeah, castle will be denied for now. However, the Tiger Cavalry from Thalion are here. You do have some pikes and some... And I think those will actually force back the Tiger Cav. Yep.
I don't... Darksane needs to run with his army. He needs to make sure he takes the fight as many as he can, so that the Tiger Cavalry gets as few kills, which give them the fewest buffs, which he's doing, and it's really good for him.
He loses ram, but all the Tiger Cavalry goes down, and he can continue his push here.
Yeah.
Now this fight has bought time for Bismarcking. I think he's going to be able to complete his castle now. But some good aggression from Darksane.
Yeah, and that was really good being able to deny the first castle.
Yep, and we'll immediately pull back out of the castle fire there. Needs to pay a bit of attention. barracks coming up now from Bismarcking, who is on the way up to Imperial Age, so Dark's in on a bit of a timer here. Finding
Yes,
good engagements though.
Bismarcking almost twice as many villagers as everybody else, and Bohemians are very strong. Gonna have, I hope he goes for a Hufnitsa on the
I
field.
think we will, because well, in theory we will. We saw Siege Workshop and University. Now the Siege Workshop has been taken down, so until he builds another one, we're not seeing anything. We'll kind of work his way forward with a second castle here, though. Where did that ram? Oh, the ram is working away on the barracks for now. But more rams are on the way. Bismarck might actually get housed if this... Well, I guess he's building castles as fast as the houses are going down. On the other side, we have a lot
Yeah.
of castles coming up. Not attacking the walls yet, though. The only punch through in the wall is still this opening from Dark Zane. We do have where the Cavalier... the Cavalier from Terag are on the way now.
That'd be really good, being able to run through and start hitting ecos with those.
Yep. I like the move, but more Tiger Cav has arrived. The second castle is up, so kind of narrowing channel of where Dark Zane can push right now, and he's forced to retreat as he's lost a lot of his infantry. He's going to keep taking down houses with the rams, though, which is a good move. Get some value out of those. Dying slowly in team games can make or break a game. Yep. That was my role last year, was just die as slowly as possible, give my time to boom up and win the game for us. And it worked! Ooh. Okay, Hussite wagon added. And we are up to... these are Haiguang cavalry. Okay, so we have a mix of Haiguang and Tiger cavalry. And I do like this castle from Dark Zane. If that can go up, that's going to help secure, and the Cavalier are here now.
I don't like that castle. He knows he's not clicking to imp, and he knows Bismarck is already imp.
That is true.
So it can be trebbed down, and Bismarck can have protected trebs that will, yeah, it will be very hard for him to keep that position. It's hard for him because he has to make damage, or he's going to lose soon, just because of his eco difference. Or he could try to defend some.
Yeah, now the Cavalier, I do like that Tarek pulled back the Cavalier out of the castle fire. That's not where you want to take the fight. Better to take that under your own friendly castle. And is finding decent trades.
And it's very rough, the Cavalier going into Bohemian Halbs. Which, the Bohemian Halbs are some of the best Halbs in the game. I think they probably are technically better than Japanese Halbs.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do like strongholds coming in for Dark Zane. That's going to help heal up all these units and really make it difficult to push. Valiant really first time chatter. But that is a lot of Halbs, and the Cavalier cannot take that fight. We're going to potentially look through the raid, but is forced to retreat. Nice micro there by Bismarcking. Gets some good hits, and there's a Treb out now from Bismarcking, and like you said, it's in a protected position. It can just snipe away, and the Cavalier can't snipe this either with the massive Halbs, or they will die as that does happen. Oh, that's unfortunate. And that's the military advantage gone for Skirmisher.
We got chemistry coming in from Bismarcking.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll build the Nitsa.
Dark Zane is repairing the castle, has Imp coming, but still a minute and a half away, and Halbs will now take down the repair villagers, and so this castle is going to be lost. On the other side, it looks like a castle attempt by the Reaper was denied by Waffler's Tonks, who are also going to take down this castle, I think, the foundation, which is going to be a bit of a stone loss here. Dark Zane will attempt to move out. Oh, okay. Punched a second hole with the Rams, but gonna engage against those Halbs, and that's not gonna go super well. In the middle, though, Thalion has made an opening with her castle, and will start sending in cavalry to raid. Fire Phoenix does have some Keshiks here to respond, though. And just off of numbers, oh no, Fire Phoenix is on the same team. All right, okay. Terag does have 17 Cavalier here though, so should be able to clean this up. And there's several castles here, and they will take a nice bit of HP off of this cavalry. However, still a couple villagers lost.
Yeah. That's interesting. I think I'd rather have Haiguang Cavalry than Wei Haiguang Cavalry than Bulgarian Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not an even fight. But you're still missing bloodlines with the Cavalier. And the Haiguang, they're still less HP, but they've got a lot more melee armor.
Yeah. Now, by sheer numbers, though, Terag is winning each of these fights, which is really nice for him to
Yeah.
get each small army one at a time. But we have raids starting to come in from Thalion. Halb is in for Dark Zane, which is great and going to be extremely helpful. But he just doesn't. Okay, yeah, 7 Halbs isn't going to cut it, especially if there's elite Hussite wagons, and we have bombard cannons working away at this castle from Fire God now. And another castle attempt here from the Reaper. This one should actually go up as long as Waffler doesn't move out with these conks. All the action is on the west of the map though. And okay, Cavalier again finding a good engagement. Well, sort of good. Gonna take out some of these Hussite wagons. There were a fair amount of Halbs here though. But it is gonna force back Bismarcking for now, and Darksane will go for another defensive castle here, gonna slow this push, which is a great move. And
Yep.
military
Being able to
advantage once again in
stabilize
favor
there.
of Skirmisher. Oof. But these Hussite wagons hit so hard.
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh.
you can, it's not always just wasting guys when you're forcing, a reaction from players. So, like, you sending, Thalion sending in, as she's saying, sending guys in to be annoying, it's pulling Terag's army away from the main fight, being able to have a lopsided fight for her team.
Yep. Darkside finding good fights though. Champion coming in now, and Champion Halb will do pretty well against Halb War Wagon. Just needs to be careful not to overextend. We do have just lines of castles and towers coming down. Team Halb doing a nice job of securing the wall. You can see Fire Phoenix has towers and castles covering almost the entire range of the wall. The castle from Reaper did go up though. And we have siege upgrades coming in. Also, though, we have heavy Haiguang cavalry from Thalion. And is massing them up now in a safer spot. More castles coming up from Terag as well. And still has a good mass of cavalier. Okay, and things will quiet down as both teams kind of mass up their armies to try and push their opponents. Except for this mining camp, which is being trebbed down.
Yep.
Ooh, alright. Addition of a Treb from the Reaper as well, who now has his own castle. Second Treb even, very nice. And we'll be able to start trebbing this down. Also, I like the army behind it. You have several Centurions, and you have a lot of Rams that are filled with, well, with various units, but it's going to make for a nice little push. And I don't think Team Halb is really prepared for that. We do have military production coming out. We do have conks, which, you know, will do decently, but this is going to be a big push. We also have a lot of Cavalier here that can assist with this.
Yep. I would love to see Siege Ram coming in. Siege Ram would make destroying the base of Waffler a lot faster than just Cap Rams. Siege Ram pretty much can kill a base as fast as anything. Fast as even much faster than Trebs.
Alright, Trebs, 4 Trebs now rolling forward to take down another castle. I like this, but I want to see Reaper also smashing through these walls and pushing forward.
Exactly, yes. Like, the Trebs are very good. It's very protected. They've got a wall behind it, so you can't even snipe them. But also, Reaper needs to use timing, and he needs Siege Ram so that he can push fast, because the Trebs won't push fast enough. Whereas on the other side, Bismarcking is going to start pushing pretty well. He'll have a large... Actually, no, I was going to say a large eco lead. He actually is the same eco as Dark Zane. And so they're actually kind of on a standstill right now. I do like Bohemians over Celts any day. Hand Cannoneers and Bombard Cannons will... Celts will have no answer for either of those units.
Yep, but we have a whole bunch as big fights on both flanks, but the Rams are through on this wall. Haguan cavalry are coming in, but chased by Cavalier, and as you mentioned, the Trebs going down isn't the biggest issue right now for Reaper, because those weren't going to be the main push anyway. Now, I wish he would push forward with his army instead of going back to defend the Trebs. Big fight happening here. Oh no, and where? Oh, the Cavalier are pulling away. So, ooh, I understand that you want to help defend your ally, but I think at this point you commit with the Cavalier to this fight, because now Reaper is fighting on his own against several armies and doing a good job cleaning them up. Will do a lot of damage, but it's really stalling out the ability to push here. And over here, your Cavalier are going to be running into, well, I guess running into Hand Cannon, which you can deal with, but also Bohemian Halb, which you can't deal with.
He has to send the Cavalier to the other side. The Cavalier won't be killing fast enough on the east side. And Bismarck has an army that Dark Zane just cannot deal with. He won't be able to build anything to deal with it. He can try to get it a siege.
But the Halbs will just rip through these Cavalier.
Onager. Yeah,
and in the east,
it's
the
rough.
Reaper's army has now been completely wiped out, and this side is stabilized for Halberdier, which is a great job. But that does mean that Skirmisher is in a rough spot, as they are now, their push is stalled out, and yeah, you can see all of the Cavalier just went down, and most of the hand cannons are still alive. I do think Onager is needed from Dark Zane here to deal with these hand cannons. Alright, we do have Custier being added by Burgundians. But,
I actually really like the Skirmisher addition. I mean, they're not the best skirmishers you can build, but they're what you have to do for hand cannons.
Yeah, and they'll trade fight against the hand cannons. We do have cavalry raids from Thalion on the ecos now. Looks like they're hitting both Dark Zane and Fire God's eco right now, or kind of there in between those two. And this push from this death ball from Bismarcking is just continuing to push forward. And
we've got Cho, the hero. Thalion has created him.
Oh, where is he? Hold on. He's just hanging out by the castle, though.
Yes, Fire Phoenix and Waffler just being able to re-wall any of the patches in the wall, rebuild castles.
Yep, and even
the other castles.
Have Trebs and cannons coming out, and yeah, Thalion's army is running through Fire God's base right now, and also has Traction Trebs working away at this TC. Fire God is down to 15 villagers, and has been forced to ungarrison them. So I think Fire God might be out in just a minute.
Yeah, we'll see if he tries to run, if...
Yeah, Dark Zane also being overwhelmed.
Kind of over at this point. But we'll see what Skirmisher tries to do. Yeah, that's a very good play, Thalion. When it's like, okay, Bismarcking is just taking out his push. You've got mobile cavalry that can just run through and have mobility and killing ecos so that they can't even try to build a back defense.
Yep. And Bismarcking is now just rolling through Dark Zane space. Still have some trebs working away at this castle from Fire Phoenix, but like you said, the east flank has been able to re-wall and defend, and yeah, the bombard cannons will take out these trebs. And I do believe I saw a GG from Dark Zane, so we are nearing the end of this game. Imagine if Dark Zane, yeah, I think I really like the approach from Dark Zane this game to go for early infantry push, but I think the key factor would have been a siege tower to just hop over the wall. You did lose a lot of time working your way through,
If he
and that kind of
had gone
lost
a
you the
siege,
timing.
yeah,
So instead of the
if he could
second
have gone to,
TC,
mhm.
put a siege workshop, throw in a siege tower, and just start sending units forward, you would have caught Bismarcking completely unprepared as he was just starting his 5 TC boom.
Yes.
But well played also from Bismarcking and Thalion, turning that push around, holding, and also from Waffler and Fire Phoenix being able to re-wall and hold their flank here. As ooh, all right, the army, the Wei and Bohemian armies are just kind of going ham now. Um, oh no, this is the final unit from Fire God, and there's 2 Halbs here. It's still running. It's gonna make one final run of gold.
Oh, that does not get counted as a building to keep you in the game. And Fire God has already surrendered, so he's out of the game.
Yes, but I was excited to get one more gold run. But yeah, I
Oh
do
yeah.
believe, yeah.
I didn't notice that. No, that's funny.
And Town Watch might actually complete. Nope, Town Watch is denied with 1 second to spare. Now they do have an army here still from Reaper, which is going to engage and maybe try and find some value. Get in a nice little last fight before the end of the game. But this push is coming. Big fight happening here. And okay, yeah, these elite Hagon cavalry are just kind of ripping through the Centurions.
Yeah, they're very good against melee fights. I really liked the Scorpions
Mm-hmm.
from both the Reaper and Terek because they were really good. They just they didn't have enough of them, and then they needed
Yeah.
heavy Scorpion.
Yep.
Um, would have been able to be great for the hand cannons, the cavalry.
Yeah. Just need a mass of them, right? We saw that in round 2 in the Imperial bracket, seeing big armies of, well, we even had Scorpion on Scorpion fights going on there, which was wild to see. Just 20 Scorpions versus 20 Scorpions. But yeah, can be super effective. And you can see even just now the amount of damage this single Scorpion is doing on this ball of hand cannoneers right here. Now it does go down, again with the numbers. But a good ball of those is gonna do some serious damage. Reaper has resigned, so it is just Terag at this point. Who has another sneak TC over here on the side. But yeah, I believe this is his last army here. These 6 units, 7 units, and GG's called. Yeah, well, congrats to Halberdier. That was nice defense and good turnabout there. And yeah, you can see the army created was actually pretty similar for both teams. But the eco lead was significant for Team Halb, which to be fair, their ecos never got attacked, right? So that is going to give you a lead later on. But with that, game 1 goes to Team Halberdier, and game 2 will take place on Sardis. So another game with starting walls. I think Zawal was the most popular map for Castle Bracket. I think we've seen that every set, haven't we?
I'm not sure. I think so.
I know we've
And
seen an
in the
amount of
Imperial
Team
bracket,
Island. Yeah.
Z Wall was, I think, the least played map.
I saw it. Okay, we saw it twice.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Which it was banned against my team every single game.
Hmm.
Because my team knew we only got Sardis or Z Wall, and we would have rather played Sardis than Z Wall.
Well, that's good
And
for
that
you
was pretty
guys. Yeah.
disappointing.
Mm. Isn't it convenient then if you guys would rather play Sardis and Zawal was banned against you guys?
No, we would have rather played them both, but we knew
Ah,
we were
right,
only going to be able to play one of them
right.
because the teams we fought would love to have banned both maps.
Well, right, but that's what you get when you have Trenig on your team, right? Yeah, enemy team is always going to ban a closed map against Trenig if they
Yep,
can.
exactly.
It's like you're going to ban an open map or a water map probably against Fletcher and a scout favoring map against Southpaws. Zawal appeared 2 out of 3. Sardis appeared 2 out of 3. Team Island, yes, Team Islands is also done, but Team Islands we saw fairly often in both brackets, except for Team Longboat. I think is the only team that never played Team Islands. All right, I have Sardis loaded up here. Let me know when you're ready to go.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Okay, what second are you on?
5.
Okay, let me just catch up to you real quick. 5. All right, then starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, game number 2 between Halberdier and Skirmisher. Uh, I believe at this point, Halberdier has 4 wins, which is more than any other team can get in Castle Age bracket since Hussar went 3-3 and Skirmisher is 0-4 at this point. But let's see if Skirmisher has something up their sleeve here. Darkzane going as the Goths, so again going for an infantry push, presumably against Halb Siege. Uh, Terag playing against the Shu, who I am distinctly unfamiliar with.
They're an archer civ.
Okay.
Their arbalest can shoot multiple projectiles, so they're a true canoe at home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then they build the traction trebs instead of regular trebs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have a good bonus to where when they get wood, when they collect wood, they collect food also.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so go to wood significantly earlier. Fire God playing as the Spanish, so might see conks from him, and then Reaper playing as the Turk, so potentially looking at some gunpowder here, which we've been seeing a lot of the Turks on Sardis. That makes a lot of sense to me. Same for Bismarcking as the Britons. I think Britons is a solid savior. You can boom up and then go into Longbowmen or Warwolf tribes are going to be pretty good. In the, well, I want to say pocket, but really everyone's a pocket on Sardis. Thalion playing as the Poles, so heavy eco and then potentially flooding cavalry. Um, Fire Phoenix playing as the melee, so maybe looking at taking advantage of the faster up times. Um, might see elephants, might also see the, what are they called? I always forget. Karambit Warriors, which could be fun. And Waffler playing as the Franks, so I assume we'll see cavalry here as well.
So the thing that jumps out to me is I like Goss against every single one of the other team civs, which is funny because really it would be shocking, but the best chance against the Goss is Bismarcking going uh uh going champion or Dalion uh
Britain
going
champions?
yes. So if you are the Britons and you're up against the Goths, you go your own champions because if you are around the same numbers, you will beat Goth champions.
Right.
Um,
I guess
that's
Housecarls are
basically
fast,
the
which is going to
only
be
thing
rough
you
for
can.
longbows, but
Um, or Thalion going Obuk,
Obuk.
which would be great against anything, not everything the Goss does, but
Mm,
I just don't. The team, it's Skirmisher, and what was the other one?
Halberdier.
Halberdier. Team Halberdier, I see them going probably a heavy cavalry, which is just going to be
Yes.
perfect for the Goss.
Yeah. Assuming that we see, yeah, Goth Halb, those are gonna do just fine against excuse me, against cavalry, and that really frees up the other players to add some other. I also prefer the amount of siege that Team Skirmisher has. Again, this is a double wall map with like siege pushes going through, and I favor Goths and Turks here over anything Team Halberdier has in terms of siege. Britons do have Werewolf Treads, which are nice, but not for sniping, not for hammering through walls. More for
Yeah.
against castles or even against units. Um, and I don't know. I don't think Britons even get Siege Ram, do they? Britons don't get it. Melee don't get it. Franks don't get it. Poles are the only civ that has Siege Ram.
Do Poles get it?
Yep. Uh,
Okay.
looks like the Shu get it. Spanish get it. The Turks get it, and the Goths actually don't get it.
But the Goths don't really need it.
Yeah. Dark Zane playing mind games and not going CA. Yeah, you know what? I kind of doubt we're gonna see. We actually could see Goth heavy CA.
We
Is
could,
okay.
and in a
What?
different team setup, I would.
Yeah. What is the bigger mind game? Playing Dark Zane and him not going CA, or playing a Goths player and the Goths player going CA? Which of
That's a
those
good
two is
point.
the
I don't
bigger
know.
shocker? That's the thing. You see Dark Zane as Goths, and you know you're going to be shocked one way or another. You just don't know which way it is.
Yep. We've got Feudal Age coming in for quite a few.
Yep. And we see, looks like Bismarcking Scout has been working away at this fortified wall for a while, as it's already lost 71 HP out of 3,000. I get that technically it is faster to get through the wall if you have your scout working away at the walls earlier, but I still think it's funny that like 1 damage per hit.
Yes.
The problem is that the castle crew don't know the civs well enough to be surprised. So what you need to do is you need to take the next year to educate the castle bracket about civs so that you can surprise them with Goth CA.
Yeah, that's true.
It's mind games. That way, make them think they know the game better, but it really allows you to counter strat them harder.
I still am. I still, in this situation, would rather be surprised about CA than expecting Goth infantry, because Goth CA will just die to pretty much anything
Yes.
Halberdier wants to
It's
build.
it's not a super effective play to go Goth CA, but it would be surprising.
Yeah, it would be surprising. That would be. Nice timings from Thalion. She's building her blacksmith market.
And actually has a barracks up already as well. Same for Bismarcking.
Oh. I kind of wish they had gone barracks and then whatever building they want next, or they left out the barracks for a little bit faster uptime, so
Yeah.
you save that wood.
Yeah, because if you like grab the archery range now from Bismarcking, but if you're gonna build the archery range, you can, leave out the market to start, build the archery range instead, save yourself 175
Yes.
wood. Or alternatively, if you want to go market blacksmith, get that first, go up, and then worry about your barracks and archery range. But it is gonna be fine for now, I guess. Still ahead on the timings of Team Skirmisher for the moment. Although again, Dark Zane first up to Castle Age with the straight
Yes.
blacksmith market. And there's also, okay, going to stone now. But again, neither
I
team
really
yet.
like that.
Mhm.
Going for stone, just gonna probably do a castle to break into the middle, and then I don't know how much Castle Bracket knew of the market in the middle,
Mhm.
but then taking the market and then pushing through to the other side, just spamming infantry through would be very good.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, super effective, right? And then having that trickle from the trade workshop is so nice. Bismarcking heavy market usage here, as he is, I guess, buying his way up to Castle Age, balancing the eco a bit, and will also go to stone. Thalion is not on stone and is. Oh, that's a full going up. I was like, is she adding a second blacksmith? But no, it's the Polish works. The half-built building looks super similar to a half-built blacksmith.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what the pros do. Doubt will sell his stone, and then later on, when he gets to Castle Age, buy it back.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Great. Fire Phoenix also going to stone, as is, yeah, a lot of players going to stone. So I think we're going to see a lot of castles once again, as players make their way. And it looks like whoever scout it was up here that was working away at the wall has given up on that project for the time being.
He got about 100 hit points down from it.
Do you still have that piece of wall mark? Because I'm trying to find it because I don't remember where it was. And
Yep. So there's to the northwest east is 4 houses. Then it goes straight south from there. Not straight south, but southwest. There's 2 sets of trees, and then there's the right next to the trees, the second set. There is the a little L shape on the wall, and it's the second piece. Right next to the second second trees, right next to the wall. Yeah. So it's right east of that point.
Hold on.
The scout's almost there, basically. The
Here
Gray
we are.
Scout
There it is.
Waffler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. 101 HP off of this wall. Yes. Very good. All right, we do have a
We
castle
got.
coming up from Dark Zane, who is
I
the
really
first
like
player.
it.
Yes, and a second
Breaking
TC for
through.
Bismarcking in the north.
Yes, Bismarcking, putting triple TCs, having triple TCs,
Ooh, yes.
getting that
Very close together,
production.
though. I think spacing those a bit more is going to be helpful for farm placement and stuff later on, and also give you more access to resources.
Yeah,
But,
that would have been nice. Especially put them on wood lines because wood lines are so small and you have to expand so much faster.
saves you
I
the
really
need
like
for
that TC from
lumber camps.
Thalion coming down.
Yep. All right, castle's almost up. Darkzane also going for a barracks here is on. Okay, so this time went for the 2 TCs before starting the barracks, which is also fair, I think. Gonna get that eco pumping sooner and then worry about the military.
So this map is understandable because you can break through the first wall easily, but then you have to decide if you want to break through the second one early.
Yeah.
You have to do it very fast, or it's too slow to break through. So I like the extra TCs now, so that he can have a good eco and then also break through.
Yes, but also the reason I like this is on the last map he went 2 barracks first, then second TC, then did villager production, then military production. So there's a lot of idle time on production buildings. Now going 2 TCs first, he's already continuously producing more villagers, and once he gets the military building up, he can start production pretty quickly, as we already see. Ooh, petards! I like it.
Yes.
So gonna punch through that wall extremely fast.
I
As we
really
have,
like it. I wish there was a little bit more communication between the teams, because Terag is building a siege workshop,
Yep.
and if they just break through the same spot, they could have been a little bit more teamwork and been like, hey, let's break through this specific spot. I wish that Castle was shooting the wall, because it would have gone down a much
Yes.
faster and maybe only
Although,
need one Patar.
did that fortified? Oh no, that was the first petard. So yeah, can use the castle to target the walls, and that will take a lot of HP off them. But does have the opening now, and can think about moving out. And Huskarl production seems to be on the menu. While he's got some upgrades coming in on those barracks. Squires on the way, making these Huskarls even speedier. Now again, I would like to see the scouts moving out already, just to see what's in the middle, see if your enemies are already, find the trade workshop, get those resources. Um, that's going to be
That
helpful.
would be a good play. It's a bit micro-intensive, and you gotta remember about it, and it's hard to remember when
That's
you're trying
fair,
to get all your ecos going.
but even just like set a few waypoints in the center.
Yes.
I think. And all right, Tarek is punching the way through the wall as well. And we have a castle in the north from Bismarcking, who is prepping for Imperial Age, it looks like. We have university and a monastery going up. Still a bit short on the resources, though, and only... No, 23 on food. I was looking at the wrong player. So it could get there pretty quickly. Alright, there's a scout from Reaper moving out to get some info. Also, sending out that scout is going to give you these outposts, which is going to be nice little spots of vision and an early warning system against an enemy play. Another reason to send out the scouts early. And here, Terag punching through and immediately going forward to get onto one of these big wood lines, and we'll have those villagers for a forward TC as well, which is also great.
Yes.
Alright, second TC. Ah, okay. I do wish Terag would place his second TC outside. Um, on between the wood and the stone there would be perfect. But it's
Yep.
gonna be
I agree.
all right.
I like how
Castle.
he's re-walling his the hole he made,
Ooh,
so that
yes,
he
very
can
nice. Gonna allow you to go through, but not your opponents, which is always helpful.
It's crazy how in our brackets the market was highly expected or sought after, but now
Mm,
I think Castle Bracket just forgot about the market, didn't realize it gave so lots of resources, and didn't think about getting it.
yeah, it's one of those things where Sardis is such a unique map. Like, it's not one of those types of buildings that you have on every map that you're aware of. It's very specific to specific maps like Sardis to have that sort of a building.
Yes,
So if you don't have it like actively in your game plan, it's really easy to forget.
yes, very much.
Alright, stables going up from Thalion, so yes, cavalry coming in. We also have a ram from Bismarcking, punching his way through the walls. So both teams will be in the center soon. We do have... Oh, Darkzane has a little army here already. And, ooh, is gonna have to be careful. Is in danger? Okay, he's actually diverting. I was concerned he was gonna run straight into the castle, which would be just very unfortunate.
Oh yes,
Waffler's castle is just in the perfect place that if he had pushed straight forward, he would have eaten some damage. But gonna roll off to the side. Not sure where the goal is. Maybe scouting. Maybe just click to the inside. And so now his units are routing through for the gap, which on one hand is great to find a gap, but on the other hand will lead him into a different castle, which also isn't ideal. Imperial Age is also about to be in, or going to be in a minute for Thalion and Bismarcking. And, oh, the wolves are chasing the Huskarls. Okay. Ooh, alright.
oh,
The
so
Huskarls
that's what it is.
are going to find this. Oh, nice find from Darkzane. Gonna find these forward gold miners and be able to clean some of them up. which will also tell him that the enemies are through over here.
Yep.
And we'll see that second castle being placed. Now, can't really... Okay, we'll deny it, which is great. But can't really run through here because there is the castle defending this area.
The Huskarls can run through pretty easily, because they have such high pierce armor.
That's true,
and
they are
I
quick.
wish he should have done that. Bismarcking needs to put a gate so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, now he
which-
has actually stationed the ram. I think the ram is blocking that. Yeah, because Thalion wants to send knights out,
yeah?
but can't because they're blocking. So that's a nice little block.
So that is a very good block.
And it's effective, right? The Huskarl can take down the ram, but to do that, they need to stand in castle fire. So, you know, you don't really want to do that. So for now, this is a really, really great way to kind of plug this hole. Ooh, it does look like Darksane has gotten control of the market, though, which is going to be a nice little... You can see his resources just ticking up here.
Yeah.
But again, a line of castles from Team Halberdier along the entire wall. Gonna try and secure as much of that as possible. As a villager goes down to the wolf. The wolves on this map are so aggressive. And there's so many of them. And they keep chasing. I don't know if I were a wolf, if I would chase a group of like 20 Huskarls. I might be like, hey, let's not go there.
Yeah. It's like the Wild West or the Wild Center.
Alright, Tarek doing a great job here of expanding his eco into the center. Is on the wood, on the stone, on the gold, which is great. I do want to see TCs and castles from Team Skirmisher in the center to help secure that area. Give you greater map control there. But taking those resources is also important, so nice job on that. And, oh, okay, Thalion's knights are now out. Just hanging out for the moment, but this is a dangerous army, and it looks like Darksane is looping off to the side. I wonder if he's trying to sneak through the walls on the side here. Has gotten to Imperial Age as well, and has more petards. So might just punch his way through the wall somewhere.
Yeah, that would be a very good plan. He doesn't know about all the castles along the walls,
No,
and so there's
so
there's pretty much no where he's gonna sneak through.
yeah, Team Halberdier now with vision on basically the entire wall. Even adding some outposts actually to make sure they have that, which is a nice addition.
I did forget about throwing axemen. Throwing axemen will be great against Goth, and
That's
also
true.
throwing axemen are going to be great at defending. They'll take down siege easily, and if Waffler's job is just protecting the walls, throwing axemen will do the job great.
That is true.
Oh, and as we see, we have, I think it was Southpaw or Dylan's favorite castle from the Malay, in the middle. Not in the middle, but in the middle of Halberdier's base. Or right on the wall of Halberdier.
And we have Karambit Warriors. Let's go. Now, I do like from Darksane, as soon as he saw the cavalry, Halb was coming in, which is fantastic. That is definitely the unit you want to go here against the cavalry. And, ooh, is going to take this fight against the knight just before Cavalier comes in, which is super helpful for him. Our Cavalier now, Bloodlines is not yet in, though. And will force away Thalion and take control of the market as the Cavalier try to loop back around. And the wolf will now chase the group. These wolves, man, they don't know when to quit. Chasing a group of Cavalier now. Bismarcking, though, going for a big death ball again, this time of longbows and halbs. And, I mean, Huskar will trade fine against both of those, but the numbers is...
unless he doesn't have his upgrades, it doesn't matter about the numbers. Like, Darksane's gonna clean up that army.
No, there's enough longbows there that the Huskarl are going down. They're cleaning, like, they clean the entire number of halbs, but that just gives the longbows enough time. And more military being flooded here as well. So really good trade. You can
That's
see you
true.
lost 18 Huskarl and took down, what, 32 Halbs and 2 Cavaliers in the time? So trading super effectively, but just the sheer numbers are still overwhelming. So Darkseid needs just a bit bigger armies to take these fights. I do like the mix of
Yes.
Halb Huskarl though, because the Halbs will do super well against the Cavalier, and the Huskarls will clean everything else.
And this is where Bismarcking just needs to build. He needs to just build in champion, and if he goes champions, Goss will have to change their comp up, and they can't go in their strength of Huskarl Halb.
Yeah, now you can see that Darkseid is currently fighting 1v2, so he will ultimately, with the reinforcements coming from Team Halb, um, or will lose his army. I think we need to start seeing army support, and we see, let's see, what is this? Onager Cav Archer from Terra coming out, as well as a big massive crossbow crossbow camel and longswordsman. So we have 2 more armies waiting in the wings here. I think if Skirmisher coordinates their armies for a push, that could be super devastating.
Yeah, that's a nice army from Team Skirmisher.
And okay, Darksang going forward with villagers. Hold on, where are those? Ah, I lost track of those petards. But looks like a forward castle coming out from Darksang potentially. Or maybe a siege workshop, but is looking to Oh no, but the wolves are killing the villagers. Okay, well, he is paying attention. Does get all the wolves, doesn't lose a villager. Nice job there.
Yep. Getting some stone. Nice position, forward position with Vills right there, so when he wants to expand there, he can easily expand.
Ooh, we're gonna see some big fights here. Look at this big army in the south from red and purple. Look at this big army in the north from green and blue.
Yes, the one thing is they need Imp. If they go hit
do need
with
Imp.
that army,
Yeah.
it will pretty much die to an Imperial Age army pretty easily.
Yes, now Reaper is actually could click up to Imp right now, has the resources for it. And Tarek actually does as well. So yeah, I'd like to see both players get Impin. I like the addition of the castle now from Terag though, to take control. But you need Imp. Your opponents are all in Imp, you know there's going to be Trebs coming, you need Imp yourself to counter that.
Yes.
And oop, we have Trebs here from Dark Zane as well, who will hit Waffler's castle and punch through. Now, as you said, Waffler actually went into throwing Axemen, which is like the one unit that's going to be really rough for the infantry. I think Dark Zane can still deal with it. If Waffler isn't microing, I think the Huskarl do catch up to the throwing Axemen eventually, and you've got big enough of an army that you can take this fight. But ooh,
Yes.
Waffler is targeting the Trebs.
That's very good for them. He just needs to pull back.
Ooh, but the castle still goes down, the infantry engages, and the throwing axemen are cleaned up. That is great, and that means that because this second army from Thalin is just now arriving, Darksane's entire army can engage against that and will clear up all of that too. Those are 2 consecutive really nice fights for Darkzane. Barely uses any units, cleans up 2 armies, and can even potentially clean Fire Phoenix's 3rd army. Has even punched his way through these walls. It can move forward with the infantry, just needs to notice that. Imp is on the way now as well from Fire God and Reaper, and Tereg is moving out. Tereg still needs to get Imp though. Ooh, but we have Trebs rolling out from Bismarcking now as well. And we might see a big engagement, but Tereg doesn't have Imp yet. And Bismarcking is trying to place a castle on top of the market, which isn't going to work. Alright, Darkzane moving out with the army. Fire Phoenix doing a nice job trying to stonewall behind this and doesn't quite get... Oh, does get down the foundations just in time. That's crazy. And because the Treb took out... No, yeah, Darkzane lost his Treb, so actually this infantry push will be stalled out.
There's been plenty of times I've forgotten Imperial Age exists, but forgetting Imperial Age exists is much better than forgetting Double Bit X exists. Ask a certain Southpaw about how that feels.
Imagine forgetting about Double Bit Axe. Okay, this is a Castle Age army from Tarek. However, because there's a lot of skirms mixed in, it'll actually trade decently against the longbows. Now, it is going to need to pull back against these halbs, though. Kind of a big armies here, but each team kind of bits of army engaging at a time. So this could actually go either way. And I honestly don't know who's winning this right now. As the pikes engage against the cavalier, but the longbows are farming down the crossbows. There's still a massive skirms here. The halbs have all gone down for Team Halberdier. Nice walls here from Bismarcking again, though, to kind of remove that push. And ooh, Dark Zane has arrived with his army. Nice little surround there. Will push back the remaining army from Britons. And so Halberdiers will be cleared from this position. However, you got to be careful because Skirmisher, you're currently running 3 different armies into a Briton castle, which you don't want to do. Trebs rolling out here from Dark Zane, though, so this castle will go down. And this is a nice army clear up for Skirmisher. You can see they have a massive military advantage now, 200 military units to 88.
Yes.
So I think as soon as you get this castle down, you want to think about pushing through the front.
The only thing is it's a Castle Age army, and so it will be great, and they can push with it, but they've got to make sure they get their upgrades done.
Well, yeah, you have three players in Imp.
Yes. They just need to get the
upgrades, yeah.
in.
Dark Zane has all his upgrades, and we have Bracer coming in from Fire God. We have Elite Skirmisher, which is great. OECA, I do want to see Arb for Reaper if he's going crossbow, which seems to be the main part of his army right now. And yeah, definitely needs the ranged upgrades. Only has fletching right now on these crossbows. Alright, big
Reaper
army face off again.
Not realizing that Turks don't have good crossbowmen lines, so they can't upgrade them to Arblast, and having to go, which their cav archers are much better, and would have been helpful if he had been able to just go straight cav archer.
I think crossbow is even fine if you have bracer on them, because you do have thumb ring, and against like these halb armies, fully upgraded crossbow is going to do just fine. You just need to make sure to get those upgrades in. As a big fight here, but this is a stack of castles from Halberdier, so Skirmisher needs to pull back here.
Yes,
oh my goodness. Okay, so many armies here. Big, massive Trebs as well, though.
I really like the Obuk from Thalion. That is just going to be able to stop Dark Zane's army, and if Thalion had not been there, Dark Zane would have taken Bismarcking's army and those castles with Huskarls.
Yeah, but still, I think the armies from Halberdier are once again getting cleared up because of the huge numbers advantage that Skirmisher has, and Skirmisher has 5 Trebs here. So those castles are all going to go down.
Yes.
Ooh, oh, but I like looping the Hussar around the side. If those hit there's nothing protecting those Trebs.
Thalion is making plays right now.
Okay, we do have another army from Terek coming in here, which might actually run into these, So Terek is coming back to protect these Trebs, which is great, because those are the core of your push right now. You want those so you can knock down those castles. Okay, Skirmisher chose the most heavily fortified point of Halberdier's base, with a 5 castle stack to try and punch through. Oh, okay, and yeah, all the Trebs go down. That is a nice play from Thalion, sniping those.
It can be a very good play to hit their most defensive point, especially if you have the army numbers.
Yes.
If you can keep the push alive.
Yes, and unfortunately though, specifically with the Trebs being down, this push is kind of dead, as just these armies can't really engage on their own.
Yes, the amount of Huskarls could actually engage, and then the Skirmishers could sit under the castles, so they could surprisingly still do great
Hold on, these
damage.
are all stacked up. What do we got? We got Okay, yeah, 37 elite Huskarl even. So yeah, could still melt these buildings. And you have a lot of supporting army. Yeah, so you're right. I think if these armies engage right now, they can still continue to push through here. You just gotta keep mixing in Halbs, because you keep getting more and more cavalry from Thalion. And then, yeah, Skirms to deal with the infantry from Bismarcking, who has heard you, I guess, and is now on... I don't think these are champions yet. I think these are long swords. 200 swordsmen, sorry. But is mixing those in. Oh, big engagement here as another round of Hussar moves forward. But I don't think those will be able to find too much damage. There's a lot of castles here. I mean, they'll find these stone miners. I just think what they are doing is pulling all of Skirmisher's army out of position.
Yes, that's pretty much. They're very cheap. They're easy
And
to run
oh
around.
no, because of that, Dark Zane's Trebs that he's adding here are just going to get sniped down again.
Yo.
He is bringing his army back to protect, has 2 more Trebs here that he will keep alive for the moment.
I really like the champions from Bismarcking. I wish Thalion. Actually, it's hard to beat the whole Winged Hussar spam, but I wish
Yeah.
you would also be throwing in Obuk, because Obuk, there's nothing really that right now Team Skirmisher has to stop Obuk.
Ooh, or do you? You have Janissaries being added by the Reaper.
Yes, those would, but there's so few. There's
Yeah.
only 7 on the field
Obviously,
right
yeah,
now.
you don't have the numbers yet. But if you can get those numbers up of Janissaries, that'll do fine. And
Yes.
honestly, Halberdier doesn't have much, like, Janissaries will do good against most of what Halberdier have. That's where actually the British longbows would come back into action to try and deal with those.
Yes. Those also, the Winged Hussars will do pretty nicely against
Yes,
them.
if they can close the distance. But there's a lot of... okay, I guess the Halb and Spear numbers have dwindled for Team Skirmisher at the moment. But there's still enough infantry that the Hussar are going to have a hard time engaging, and we have the next group of army arriving here from Dark Zane. So as long as that infantry meat shield is alive, I think Janissaries are a fantastic addition to this army comp. But yeah, the
Yes,
army
no,
advantage
definitely.
is fading for Skirmisher right now.
Skirmisher just does not have the upgrades they need. They are fighting with Castle Age units and units that won't be able to scale late. And so their numbers is not as good as it could seem.
Yeah, and while these these Hussar are kind of just being thrown into meat grinder, remember that these are Hussars, Polish Hussar, which get trample damage with the Imperial upgrade, which Thalion does have in. So they'll still get some value and provide a meat shield for the ranged units behind. And they only cost food, whereas most of Skirmisher's army costs gold right now. We have a fair mix of Halbs and Skirms in there as well, I suppose. But long term, I guess you do have good gold access still for both teams. And it does look like Skirmisher is slowly pushing forward. This is their chance to kind of move, just need to coordinate the armies a bit and make sure to send the siege.
Bismarcking really needs the last
And
armor upgrade
we are
on his champions.
Up to 18 Janissaries, which are going to be really nice, especially against the champions. Big siege push coming here now. Trebs and Rams.
Yes, army advantage for Team Skirmisher.
And I think Team Halberdier is going to lose another castle here. You got a nice stack of Trebskin. Oh, although the cav are coming in, but this time Darkzane actually has infantry right on top of that. So the Trebs should be fine. This castle will go down.
I love seeing Thalion just take map control where the fighting is not, so that once the battle starts expanding.
And we actually have a
Also,
sneaky
she's
line
getting
of
ready
siege
to
rams
hit.
here. Look at this.
Yes, she's all ready to start hitting the the trade route
Yeah,
and
and
ecos of Team
this is
Skirmisher.
something that
Or
I think
yeah,
this market should see, and I think Reaper needs to alert his team to that so they can start even just sending some units here to deal with this. However, Skirmisher has managed to basically flatten this forward base from Team Halb, but there's a big ball of cavalry coming in from the Franks now as well, and another big army engagement, which
I like it, but
Skirmisher should
they are
win.
a bunch of light cav,
Yes.
and if they hit the right spots, like the Trebs, they'll do amazing. But once they start fighting armies, they'll die pretty fast because Frank light cav are not that strong.
Yes. They will manage to snipe down some of these trebs, but at this point the damage is done. The space is basically dead, and Skirmisher is decidedly winning out these fights right now. However, in the south,
Um,
Thalion has punched through the walls, and there is a mass of cavalry now inside the trade, and actually will take down the market as well.
that's
And
huge for Thalion. Really good play. Gonna hit ecos.
yeah, Skirmisher about to have a lot of raids to deal with at their home base will be the checking. And we have elephants added from Fire Phoenix. Let's go. Not the most effective unit to add to the comp, but they'll be able to tank a lot of damage, which will be helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I think like you were saying, what Team Skirmisher is missing right now is a lot of upgrades, right? You have several players who are missing a lot of blacksmith upgrades. To be fair, Shu only get the first attack upgrade on their infantry, but getting that armor as well would be helpful. Do Shu get Halb? They do get Halb, so I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Gambesons get that extra pierce armor. All that is going to
For
be
the
super helpful
Shu?
in these fights. Yeah. I might
Yes,
look at
the
Shu,
shoot.
yes.
Tayrek did forget Imp, so he can't be getting that.
Oh, yes,
It would
sorry.
be
Who
very.
is it's Reaper who's in Imp. Okay, then Reaper is who I want to see the Imp upgrades from.
Yes. Which he's got a big problem in his base. He's almost
Yes.
lost his TC.
Oof. And a lot of his eco down to 19 villagers, which are currently running, I think. But yeah, Lightcav doing a great job here, clearing a lot of this eco, and we'll be able to move on to Fire God soon. This push here is still going though. Another castle attempt by Bismarcking denied. And yeah, Team Halberdier has been forced to rewall again in order to... And I think there's a gap here in this wall that the two armies are fighting each other through. Now this is going to be really nice for the longbows, which can just snipe away.
Yeah.
But you do also have a massive skirmishers from Tirag behind who can potentially help. Although all this is under castle fire, which is going to favor Halberdier a lot.
I like the Team Halberdier are just they're defending, so they don't have to push through the hole.
Yeah.
And so they can just clog it while Team Skirmisher is trying to push through.
Yeah, and Thalion has stables here on the side, is continuing to send waves of light cav through the side here. You can see Terrag's been forced to send his army home to try and deal with this, as now Fire God's eco is being overrun by Winged Hussar.
And Fire God is basically out of the game right now. He can reboom, but he's almost out.
Yeah, Fire God is down to 36 villagers, and Reaper has 19, who are scattered across the map, I guess? Yeah, we have a couple here in the south, but doesn't currently have a TC, I believe. Yeah. And so with that, Halberdier will slowly be able to push back as Skirmishers' ecos are hit. They're unable to sustain military production, and with that, Halberdier will slowly be able to stop and then turn around this push that's been happening.
Yes. Thalion's still running with Hussar throughout the ecos.
Yeah, all the way over on Dark Zane's base now as well, and so much army being invested just to try and track these Hussar and try to deal with them. And army numbers are almost even. And okay, I like the addition of the extra TC from Fire God to try and boom back in to help his team quicker, but I think enough damage has been done to the eco from Team Skirmisher that Halberdier can just kind of snowball this at this point. But epic army fights.
Yes.
I really liked the push from Skirmisher. Fantastic response from Halberdier to punch through the side there and hit the eco. I think that's where having this wall of castles really came in clutch for Halberdier, so that couldn't happen to them. We do still have a fair amount of eco and castles in the center of the map for Team Skirmisher, though, who have full control of that and have control of the workshop as well. But the push is coming, and that's an amount of trebs. We got 3 trebs here. Okay. It does look like the raids have been cleared up for now, and we have some armies patching this hole. So this might be a chance for Team Skirmisher to stabilize a bit. Team Halb isn't being very decisive with their push yet, just kind of very slowly working their way forward. So this might give some time to Team Skirmisher to figure out what to do. And especially if you can clean up the space at the side. I think your biggest problem right now is that Reaper is basically out of the game. You need to does have the resources, needs to start adding TCs and start booming up a bit. And yeah, obviously imp for Tirag would be really big. Okay, I do want to see, I'd also like to see Skirmisher push out with these armies, find this space and clear it, and also rewall behind. Because right now you have 2 to 3 armies committed to just holding this hole, and that's, whoops, I am frozen.
Yes. Are you still frozen?
I think it's just my capture age. Hold on. Okay, we're going again. I'm at 116. Just too much going on here. My computer cannot handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, Team Skirmisher's entire, or a big bulk of their army is committed to holding the side, and that means that Team Halb can just push through the center for free. Now, to be fair, they're pushing under a double castle, but also to be fair, these castles only have fletching, so these armies at this point can just tank the fire damage, or the arrow damage, and you do have trebs working away at these castles behind.
Yes. And even the infantry would be able to add quite a bit of damage against the castle.
Yeah, well, you can see they just engage against one, and they're taking down these buildings. I do believe arson is in. Yes, arson is in. And yeah, pushback happening all across the map now. Skirmisher still finding good fights in the places where they do have army, but the problem is their armies are busy cleaning up raids and side buildings, and that's losing them the center of the map at the moment. As Bismarck takes control of the trade workshop. And we will, I think this game at this point will slowly wind down. We do have a TC added again for a Reaper.
Reaper also has, he's his second TC because he had built one over in Darksang's base.
Oh yeah. Okay. Does need to produce villas from those. And it looks like the push in the center from Halberdier is starting to be kind of stalled out. It's just Bismarcking here with his army. But okay, now we have more light cav coming in, more Hussar, and this is a super exposed wood line. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot of dead villagers for Terag. Yeah. That's another 16 villagers down.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh, and Fire God is actually housed right now, as is Dark Zane. Okay, I mean, Dark Zane is max pop, but Fire God needs to add more houses. Villagers queued up from Reaper. He's going to make his way back into the game. But the Trebs are here now, pushing back these castles, and you are losing ground. And this is a big army that has found another gap. I don't know what created this gap, but that is a lot of military moving in.
Oh wow. Yep.
Tarek does have a pretty sizable army himself here and can kind of chase this down, but again, you're chasing cavalry with infantry, which isn't going to go great. We have this army from Fire God to kind of engage from the front, maybe buy you some time, but this is going to die to that comp. The Halbs will do well, but you have a lot of trash units in there as well, and Cavalier will clean most of that. Are trading decently, actually. Yeah, this fight is going much, much better than I thought it would for Fire God. Loses out, but takes out almost half, well, 2/3 actually of the army that Thalion sent forward, and that also buys enough time for Terag to arrive here with his army. And so with that,
Yep.
this big raid will be stalled out. So nice job there from Skirmisher to find that good engagement for them. But the problem is you have another wave of winged Hussar on their way. And you need to find this gap here and close it, or it's going to be a continuous problem. Used a ram to break that wall a while back. Okay, yeah, I wasn't paying. There's so much going on this map. There's so many different fights happening.
I really like the massive amount of throwing axemen from Walfler because they'll just clean up any Goth infantry.
Ooh, yep, that is a significant army. For now, though, Darkseid taking another pretty good fight against the Britons. Will pull back under the castle fire as well. And in the south, Ooh. These Hussar might actually get pincered. Okay, no, they withdraw. I thought they were going to get pincered between these two armies from Terag, which would have been nice. But managed to make their way out. In the north, though, the throwing axemen are arriving. Are kind of in danger of running into this castle fire, but cleaning up these buildings, which is going to be helpful for Team Halberdier. And, oh, now the collapse happens. The Hussar are trapped. Massive damage to them. A few get out. Another big fight happening here. Sneak attack in the southeastern region. Oh, but so many winged Hussar. Just another 70 right there. And the throwing axemen. Okay, the throwing axemen are running into the castle, which is not the fight you want to take with them, actually. So those, okay,
Yeah.
does notice it, does pull back, which is great. And they'll be able to kind of farm away at this infantry which is being pushed at them. And
The throwing axemen can take down the castle, but they have to be done correctly to where you're not getting killed by other units.
Well, and you don't want to stand in range of the castle with that amount of throwing axemen. The army from Skirmisher is being overwhelmed now, and their castles have been almost. I think they have two castles remaining in the center. And yeah, the just continuous flood of winged Hussars of press. You have 85 on the field right now. Stallion is just producing them as fast as they're being killed. And here's that sneak attack you were talking about. Rams pushing their way through, and we're about to have Light Cav in on Dark Zane's Eco. And yeah, almost twice the army now for Team Halberdier. 100 up in Eco. And mid control is just about gone. And the raid from the Waffler is in. Gonna find the trade and immediately gonna find 3 trade carts. And now it's Halberdier's turn to push through the middle and clean the remainders of this forward base. Gonna even snipe down these trebs to keep their own castle alive. This is a long game, man.
This is such a good game. It's gone back and forth.
Yep. Yep. Good pushes from both sides. Yep. Yep. Building forward production buildings is definitely helpful. Darkzane's still finding value in these fights, though. This Goth army comp is so strong. Been doing a really good job of fighting and taking fights.
Yeah.
Definitely forcing Team Halb to pay for every inch of ground that they take. But now you have the Light Cav raided, and that's taking out almost all the trade from Team Skirmisher. And ooh, even sending villagers? Oh, for the stone. And the GG is called. Yeah, nice job by Halberdier. Really good push from Team Skirmisher. I think that was going super well up until the point that these side raids came in and your ecos got hit. That was a nice play by Halberdier to do that. Oh, time limit hit? Oh, right. It's the weird 1 hour 31 minutes. Yeah, and so with the score lead, Team Halberdier wins. Yeah, but good games. I do believe it was a set of only 2 games from Halberdier versus Skirmisher. After that, the set was kind of called. Because it was the last set in a long day of games for everyone, which is fair. And with that, I believe Team Halberdier takes the win of Castle Bracket. Congratulations to them. And then with Hussar in second place and Skirmisher in third. But some really great games here from all teams and really, really nice armies from everyone, which has been great. I definitely see
Yes.
our castle bracket gets more fancy every year, which is great. That's what we want, right?
Yes. And then quite a few of them might be being moved up next year to the Imperial Age bracket.
That's right. That is right. Mm, all right. Gonna take a what time is it now? Take a 5-minute break, and then we will come back to the last set that we'll be casting of this tournament, which is Team Turtleship versus Team Thirisadai. So go ahead, use the bathroom, grab some water, whatever, and we will resume at uh 9:50 my time, which is uh math is hard. What is it, like 2:50 your guys' time? Yeah.
I think so. 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes, 2:50.
Uh,
All right, give me 1 second.
All right, we are back, and it is time for the final uncasted set of this tournament, which is Team Turtleship versus Team Thirisadai. Um, and I believe the first map will be on Chaos Pit. I have this ready. Let me know when you're set, Snowy, and we can get rolling.
Yep, I'm ready.
Cool. What second are you on? Sorry.
10 seconds.
10. Then let me just catch up to that. 6, 7, 8. All right. Whoops. All right, then starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are on Chaos Pit. It is incredible that this was. Wait, no, this game one for us on our third set. On our last. I don't remember. It was the only set that I played, and I can't remember. I think this was map 2 for us actually.
Yes, it was map 2.
Yeah. What was we played this?
The wall
We
was map
played.
1.
Ah, right, Zawal. Right. Oh yeah, that was a game that I put out of my mind because it was such a grind.
Yep.
All right, Team Thirisadai versus Team Turtleship, and that is an unfortunate generation for Team Thirisadai. Um, if you look at the pockets, like Thorin is almost impossible to get to for Team Thirisadai, whereas Team Turtleship can get to Trash Panda almost as quickly as they can get to Gilgalad. So that's kind of rough. Um, but the TC generations have been weird on Chaos Pit this entire time. And once again, we have the flipped player 2 versus player 7 and player 1 versus player 8, which still throws me off, but yeah. Things to know, right?
Yes.
So, I'm assuming this map was picked by Turtleship against you guys?
Yes.
No. I was gonna say I don't. I feel like okay. I feel like oh no, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Wazelle is super
So
comfortable, but he's on the other team, so yeah.
we had the choice of this map or Sunburn, and
uh,
my team decided that they did not want to play Sunburn again, so they would rather play
really?
Chaos Pit.
Okay. I feel like you guys did pretty well on Sunburn. Um,
That's what the team wanted.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
Oh, there was, but yeah, other than that.
All right. Lots of players going out to Woodlines. All right. So for Team Turtleship, we have Celts, which I assume is a mixture of infantry and the fast cutting out. Well, I was gonna say the cutting out fast to the sides, but Wilzel is actually one of the only players who is not good for an early Woodline, so maybe not. Um, in his pocket, we have Thorin playing as a Sicilian, so presumably looking at uh, towers, or I guess in the case of Sicilians, it's the dungeons that you get, right? Um,
Yes.
which also effective, and there's lots of stone here, so that could be great. Isla's the Magyars in the second pocket, which I assume means we're going to be seeing scouts from him early, getting those early raids with the free upgrades. And on the flank, we have Paxlayer playing as the Georgians. So presumably also using eco, you can see the mule cart here to cut out as quickly as it can, and also likely going to see cavalry. Take us through your team sips. What were your guys' thought processes behind those?
So we've got Trinick on Magyars. He was just going to go early scouts.
Hmm?
Um, me, and then, yeah, now that we're on this set, we can tell how bad this Snowman Lord player is playing, so we can scrutinize everything he's done. Uh, but I was going to play the Byzantines with mass skirmishers
Hmm.
because no gold.
Yeah.
Then we have Trash Panda, who is the Celts. He was just going to try to cut out as fast as he can to get us gain us gold access.
Hmm.
And then we have Gilglad because he wanted to go Donjon Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Southpaw said in chat, almost mirror civs, right? We have both teams with Magyars, Celts, Sicilians. The difference is Byzantines versus Georgians. And I have to say, actually, I do prefer Byzantines. Like you said, the cheaper trash in a map where it's hard to get gold is going to be super nice. Um, Georgians, if you do get gold access, potentially very strong, but you have a double scout flank here, which I don't know how effective that's going to be. Um, I guess you'll presumably outpace Trennick if he's the only one going scouts, but then if you go like scout spear against double scout, scout spear are gonna win. But yeah,
Yes.
good options either way.
So
And
if
okay,
you notice, Pack Slayer had a perfect setup. He knew exactly what he was doing when cutting out.
hmm
Um,
yeah,
so he is on his last tree to cut out right now.
yeah, and
Um,
that is the strength of the Georgians on this map, and would be Armenians as well. Is that with these mule carts you can do that very easily, which is great. Now, I'm curious to see whether how Turtleship are going to take advantage of this, right? The super early cutting out, because we've seen games in the past where then I guess it was the opposite. It was on what's that map where you have the gold in the middle that you have to cut through to, and you start on the outside. Um,
Grand Bara, I
Granbara, right?
think.
Where we then saw teams go around the inside and tower in their enemies, or even just outpost. But we have a lot of players on their way to Feudal Age and about to hit it. Trenig, Packslayer are up. We see the barracks being dropped. Hold on. Maybe a little bit late there from Trenig even. But fine for now. And yeah, immediate double bit axe coming in for a lot of players as well, which again, would come, but also cutting out faster to the outside as we actually have Gilgalad and Wazel kind of fighting for position here already as barracks from Gilgalad is right on Sir Wazel's base. Yeah, these two players spawn super close together. Imagine if one of them was Persians.
Yeah. Uh,
Oof.
yeah, it's like we saw that before.
Yeah.
Very
And
good play.
a lot of hunt here. Yeah, so Gilgalad and Wazel's bases are almost on top of each other, and a lot of resources that are like right between them. Actually, these forward berries are technically part of Gilgalad's base, so that's really convenient for Wazel to have his enemy right there. Um, but just with the sheer village numbers, isn't going to be taking advantage of that. You can see both players going for the same hunt spot to take those deer. So this is probably going to be messy. Nice job from Gilgalad to just kind of wall himself off to provide some protection for his eco. Did you
Yes.
see the lame that happened? I did not. Alright, Scout Wars have begun in the south, and ooh, we do have spears being added by Pack Slayer, which is super helpful in these fights. And because of that, Trenig is going to get pushed back for the moment. 2 sheep and a boar, oof. Alright, as we have a dungeon attempt by Gilgalad. Now, if that goes up, that could be... Oh, but it's get right in range of a tower from Wazel, which is almost completed. Now, he still has... He can complete it from here, but it's going to take longer. Ooh, this is messy. This is super messy. Gilgalad forced to send most of his eco. The dungeon does go up, and that's going to be favored over the tower. He does need to... Oh no, that dungeon is full. Okay, so he'll lose a villager here. But this will force Wolf King's army to retreat for the time being. But the scouts from Thorn are here as well, as we have triple scouts actually from Turtleship. Pressuring. And, ooh, that's some more dead villagers. Rough spot for Gilgalad. And we also, aha! There's what I was waiting for. We do have a tower on the outside from Packslayer on Trenig's wood line, which is going to be unfortunate. Now, he can still take wood, but it means he can't cut to the outside. And yeah, double scouts here on Trenig as well, who is just kind of outnumbered in terms of army at the moment. Castle Age is coming in though for Trash Panda, who would be the first one to be there, and Knights can rip through most of these armies if he has access to gold, which he is 82 wood left on this tree. Yeah, he should be able to get out pretty quickly. And walls coming up from Pack Slayer here to secure the sides. Krennic's still running around with scouts. and it looks like this tower from Wazul will go down with time. Now, Eco slightly in favor of Team Turtleship, but not actually by that much. It's like 4 villagers, which can even just be explained by a Castle Age coming in for Trash Panda. And it looks like Snowy has found a cut through from Wazell and is pressuring his way through that.
Yep, I'm trying to tell Gilgalad, hey, let's hit through this
Yeah,
and try to push Wazel's villagers.
yeah. And now it's Wazell's villagers are also potentially kind of in a rough spot as their woodland is kind of being pressured. Does have a stable here, but can't really do much with it at the moment, and is also only on 30 villagers. Trenig though has oh no, these are your own armies camping this base. Still has to deal with this tower though. Has removed his wood line to somewhere else so he can take wood again safely and slowly work his way out. But chaos all over, specifically Gilgalad and Wazel's base. I like the second dungeon from Gilgalad kind of starting to pressure Wazel's TC.
Yes.
And now we even have a castle drop from Trash Panda. I'd like to see that more aggressive, like 2-3 tiles more aggressive to hit this farm and hit the TC. Because right now, I can't. I
it
think
will hit the TC.
it will hit the TC barely.
And he doesn't even have fletching yet, so if he gets
Yeah.
fletching, it will be perfectly fine. He can't go too aggressive, or it can easily get denied because how many scouts are on the field for Team Turtleship.
Ooh, okay. So Wazell did manage to get up a house here, so we'll retain control of this wood line without the armies forcing their way through. However, at this point, Trash Panda has cut out, so Team Thirisadai do have an opening here to get out if they would like. And Wazell is in a really rough spot right now. Yep. Got some military to protect this castle going up as well, so that will go up. And Trenig is moving out with scouts. Still pressuring on this side. Castle Age is now coming in for Islar, who will be the first of Team Turtleship to get there. Ooh, but a nice raid here in the back from Snowy on 2 wood lines from Thorin and Wazell actually, and Wazell is chasing skirms with villagers. And right now this is so much idle. What is this? 25 idle villagers from Team Turtleship that are, you know, hunting skirms or just standing there waiting. This is really nice for Team Thirisadai. More idle eco down here. And Wazell's TC is half dead.
In the south,
Ooh, Wazell scouts.
should have really utilized that exit for our team. Gotten gold control, we just did not go for any gold really.
Yeah, now there are spears here, which is nice and gonna help clear up these scouts, which have found their way into the wood line. But yeah, I think that's what Thirisadai, I think Trash Panda needs to move to the outside, take gold, so he can start adding knights. As this TC from Wazell is about to go down, he does not have the resources.
Road Raiders are just as good as knights and probably better in this situation. So
that's
he
fair.
just needs gold for
Yeah.
Road Raiders.
Yes, that is the main thing, especially because these scouts are actually still here. And Gilgalad kind of has to abandon this. Actually, he'll will fight. That's fair. Will fight these scouts. It is a 9 versus 1, and this Road Raider will come back and help as well. Trennic scouts still fighting on the other side as well. And Wazell is TC-less and does not have the res for another TC. Does have 6 on wood, so we'll get there. Doesn't have the stone for it either, though, at the moment. So Wazell is kind of out of the game for the moment. I mean, he's got 4 scouts, and 30 villagers, so he might boom back in. Oh no, and Trennig's woodline has denied again by another tower. Paxlayer's doing a really nice job of containing, and this is where I think Thirisadai need to communicate and be like, hey, there is an opening somewhere already. Let's utilize that.
Yes.
because I think Trenig is really hurting to get out right now, as Snowy now
We
makes his
did
way up
not
to Castle
talk
Age.
well during this game.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to see where's everything's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going castle with double archery range, or putting 5 archery ranges down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm planning on just going full-on skirmishers.
What is this? This is a super forward stone mining camp from Gilgalad. Like, that's on Wazel's base.
Yep, he had a donjon there, so that's why the
Ah,
villagers
okay.
were there.
Okay, we do have a big mass of scouts here from Thorin looping around, and they might hit this eco from Gilgalad, which would really hurt him. However, Gilgalad is expanding his eco to the outside, probably wants to add a... Well, I guess he's in feudal, so he can't add a TC there. But that's presumably the long-term goal. As Castle Age is now coming in for Wazel? He did... Okay, so he did add a TC here on the outside. Missed where he got the resources. I don't know if those got slung to him or if he got those himself. Does he have a market? Oh, I guess he does have a market, so maybe he just bought them.
This is hard for me watching, realizing if I had played a little bit better, I would have had such a good advantage on the enemy team. Had I gone for some gold and not had to only use the market, I could have gone castle a little bit sooner, maybe even thrown in crossbowmen.
I mean, it's always, when you look at it afterwards, you're like, ah, I wish I would have done this thing differently, right? Oh, okay, Trenik is on his way up to castle, and is clearing up these raids at home. And we do have a TC from Trash Panda being added out here, which is going to be very nice. While it's being built for blocking the scout raids, as, ooh, okay, Wazel is starting to flood in scouts on the outside. This is where Thirisadai needs to realize this and just wall off the side here.
Yes.
But there are fights happening all across the map. Forward was this a converted stable? No, that's just a Sicilian stable. Never mind. Yes, they're both playing Sicilians. It's like I haven't seen a monk. And Trenig has another woodline tower. Oh man. Okay, Paxslayer is just being so oppressive with these towers.
And at this point, we should have told Trenig, hey, we've got an opening. You just come away over to the other side, send your vills, and get what you need.
Now, for the moment, Izlar has actually stopped military production for the most part, and is expanding his eco to the outside, is going into a 4 TC boom, which does put a bit of a timer on... Oh, he still has scouts running through Trenig's eco, but this does put a bit of a timer on.
I almost have more military than the entire team of Turtle Ship.
Yeah. Castle Age comes in for Thorin as well now. But we have a lot of scouts here from Trenig. However, Thorin doing a nice job closing up these walls, but not before Trash Panda got a raid 3 and actually got a couple villager kills, I think. And Trash Panda adding another TC out here on the gold now. Does want to unqueue these or ungarrison these villagers.
Yeah,
there we go.
It was denied by Sir Waddle. He's doing great on just keeping the expansion on the outside from doing much.
Oof. And big raid here. Izlar scouts will be cleared up, but not before they clean out the entire woodline from... Actually, no. Izlar scouts will win this. And take out the entire woodline from Trenig. Oh no, Trenig's repositioned again. Never mind. So Trenig does still have wood access, but Trenig's being constantly hit there. Like, his eco is never in peace, and now these 2 remaining scouts from Izlar are going to come over here and find a lot of villagers. Now, they're fairly low, so you can probably just fight them with villagers, but you need to notice that, like, this 4 HP scout is going to do some damage. Has 3 eco kills, about to get a 4th. Oh, yeah, that's rough. Walls coming up from Trash Panda to kind of secure this, but again, you need the walls to the outside, right? Because Wazel is just kind of running past with his scouts and hitting eco in the back. And Armies here moving out. We do have a lot of scouts and skirms, but these are knights from Pack Slayer. And I think the knights will clean all of that.
There's just too much army,
Yeah,
and it is only +1 armor on the knights.
that's
So the
true.
skirms
The
are
skirms are
doing
doing
a
really
good
nice
amount of
damage, yeah.
damage.
But still heavy losses here for Trenig. But will win out for now, which is nice and allows you to move forward. We do have Siege added now from Pack Slayer. And yeah, pings on the outside from Gilgalad. Thirisadai really just need to secure this outside as, there you go, we have house walls coming up, but we have double siege workshop from Sir Wazel and is opting to go for scorpions. Ah, okay, mangonels as well. And this is just going to be continued pressure. Trash Panda now not only needs to wall, but needs to start thinking about a castle out here as well. He only has 1 on stone, but 400 stone wouldn't be too hard to get there. And siege pressure on this side as well. And alright, TC on the outside for Snowy. And Trenik is on the final, no, close to the hitting the final wood line, unless Pack Slayer towers him in again. Pack Slayer is busy though. There's 2 armies now in Izlar's base and could find a fair amount of damage. You have some knights here in defense from Izlar, but again, only the first armor upgrade. And
It's just the
skirms can
army
just
numbers right there.
Yeah, so the
And
knights will probably
use
win
the
this
hill.
out, but the skirms are getting a lot of villager kills here, which is very nice.
Yes.
On the other side, though, more raids happening. A TC denied here for Snowy by these scouts. Do have Woad Raiders here to help clean these up, but need to secure the side still. And now the scouts are down, and that means these scrims can still do significant damage to the knights, but it's a lot more micro-intensive, right? Because
Yes.
the knights can just close the distance, and the scouts need to maintain that distance to be able to, or the scrims need that distance to be able to shoot. Pack Slayer now starting to flood knights into the eco terrain, and this entire woodline is still exposed, and we have another tower from Pack Slayer. Oh no, and Trenig is gonna be denied getting out again.
Yep. And also during that skirm fight, Izlar got the 2nd upgrade, which then made skirms practically useless again against knights.
Yeah. Trenig trying to raid here, but with the fortified churches and the TCs, Paxler is able to garrison a lot. It is maybe for the best that Trenig got denied the cutout here, because that means Wazel's scouts can't get in, but still, it is a bloodbath on these knights here.
That's true.
7 eco kills and more on the way. Now, we do have skirms coming in defense, but yeah, Pack Slayer is just now doing a full line of towers to deny more and more of the wood line against Team Thirisadai. Not used to seeing this many skirms on the field. Watch the pro games. Skirms are the meta. Snowy is the true pro among us.
Oh, I doubt that.
You're the only one that went skirm, so there you have it. Alright, raids here. Okay, we do have the castle up from Trash Panda. This is going to help in the defense, and you can see it's kind of limiting what Wazel can do in terms of raiding. A little bit of stonewall here is just going to close it off completely. At the same time, oh no, this is still just that. Do have some more spears here, and ooh, Izlar's in danger of over chopping a tree here, in which case the raids can just go straight through. But most of the action now is, ooh, nice denial of a tower here by Snowy. We'll place it again a bit further, and I guess out of range of the skirms just barely. But we now have cavalry from Thorin coming in and raiding Trash Panda's eco, who is also down to 23 villagers at this point. And facing pressure from several different angles at the moment. And what does he have? Okay, it does have some Woad Raiders who can potentially take out a ram, and the castle can shoot down any of the other siege. But losing all of his TCs at the moment, and I think Wheelbarrow comes in here. Actually, not at this rate. Well, with the armies coming in, yeah, and the
We'll
spears are
see.
here. Oh, this is gonna be close. However, we do have Wazel and Islar on the way to Imperial Age now, and that is gonna be rough for Thirisadai to deal with, as Gilgalad is still in feudal. And yeah, this TC from Trash Pound is going down. Now, fortunately, this other TC does stay alive, so he's not completely TC-less as this Knight army gets pushed back. On the other side, though, another big Knight army or another raid army from Islar and Paxlayer coming in, hitting a lot of eco with more in the way. And Trenig is still just on scouts because he still hasn't been able to get to the outside. And Trenig does not have a TC now. And yeah, you can see the eco difference is getting bigger and bigger as Thirisadai is struggling to maintain their TCs. Castle Age coming in now for Gilgalad. But the pressure is ramming, and that is a big siege push that Wazel is setting up here. What are we at? 8 rams right now?
Yeah, it'd be
Imp,
great against the castle.
yeah. Imp is in for Wazel as well. We have Capgram coming in. Imp is in for Islar. We have Knights running all over the ecos from Trenig and Snowy right now. And more armies coming in to hit Gilgalad as well now. Yep. Still retaining the military lead thanks to Snowy's army. The only unfortunate thing is that skirms are a lot less mobile than the cavalry, which is just able to raid everywhere here. And these towers have been so big for Paxslayer, uh, keeping Trenig stuck in at all times, so that even in Castle Age he hasn't been able to produce any knights, been forced to stick to scouts, and is down to 13 villagers actually, is finally been able to relocate to the outside, is building a TC. But I think this game is just about winding down at this point. Oh, is this siege ram is even in 8 siege rams? They will just melt this castle.
Oh yeah, it will be gone. The entire base will just be gone in an
Yeah.
instant.
But only if Wazel sends them, and he's keeping them waiting in the wings for now. Knights have been upgraded to Cavalier. And forward to castle attempt by Gilgalad here to try and maybe pressure Thorin, get something going. And oh, we have Hussar coming in from Islar, so we're about to see a lot of light cav. Yeah, Trenig is not having a good time this game. That is a fair assessment. But 100 eco to 360 eco, and raids everywhere. And I hear the sound of rams. Bill's actually pushing them back for the moment. Sorry, those aren't villas, those are woad raiders. Okay. Oh, but there's a lot of scorpions to back this up. Trebs. And I think this castle is just about dead meat, as the GG is called. And yeah, nice game. I like the early pressure, particularly on Wazel, kind of hitting his base, but also nice move by him to move to the outside quickly and get his eco reset there. Um, and also really nice from Pack Slayer getting this super early cutout with the Georgians, right, and taking advantage of that to tower in Trenig. That was a really nice play.
Yes. Yeah, we just weren't having good team communication that game, and uh, yeah,
That
had different
happens.
plans.
Yeah. Did you guys get to practice this map at all?
Chaos Pit.
Yeah.
Um, I practiced it and I came
Okay.
up with the plan, but then we just uh couldn't execute the plan how I wanted
Mm.
to execute it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, one of those things is just getting in team practice, which is difficult to do, especially you guys were one of the teams that had a person in Germany, I think, well, during practice time still. And with the time zone difference, it's so hard to get team practice set up. Um, but that's big for
Yes.
figuring out like, is this plan going to work out? Can we get this to work the way we're hoping to? And yeah, I mean, there was a map that was picked against you, so I think it's fine. We are going to Sardis next, which has been your guys' home map. Mm. But if I remember right, Turtleship banned humans against you guys, right?
Yes, Turtle Ship did ban Kumans. Were they didn't want to bother with any sort of sneakiness with
Mm-hmm.
uh them on Sardis or Z Wall.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know our plan, but we're just like, huh, they're really good. You can either do really good boom with them on Sardis,
Mm-hmm.
or you could try to be sneaky, and they just didn't want to have to bother with that.
Yeah, which is fair, but it's also rough to be on the team that has a civ like that plan and that civ gets banned out because you guys had good success with humans in the other sets. Um,
Yes.
but I have game pulled up here. Let me know
Okay.
when you're ready and what second you're on.
I'm out on second six.
Ooh, okay. All right, then starting in three, two, one, go. All right, Sardis. We haven't seen this since 2 games ago when Castle Bracket played it. Sardis, I think, was probably one of the most overall played maps in the tournament as well. I think we saw it like 2/3 of the sets in Imperial Age and almost or I think Thalion said 2 out of 3 sets in Castle as well. So definitely one of the more popular maps. Um, I guess you guys played it every set. Um, and then we
Yes.
had I think at least one other set, so at least 4 out of 6 sets I think an Imperial bracket had as well. In the north we have Team Turtleship. Islar playing as the Teutons. Might be going for a boom defensive angle there with the castles and the cheap farms, or might also be looking to go into Teuton Siege, which is strong, or cavalry. In his pocket, Paxlayer as the Slavs, so more likely a Halb siege approach there, and Slavs also obviously with a very strong farming bonus. A lot of strong uh boomy civs actually from Turtleship, as we have the Persians as third civs, and again heavy cav or possibly elephants and very faster villagers is going to be great. And Hindustanis, which are also a heavy eco-heavy civs, but the only one that's going to be more likely to be camels than cavalry, as the is the Hindustani stable the one that's the worst in the game, or was that I think it's the Dravidians, right? Yeah, because
Dravidian
yeah,
stable.
because Hindustanis actually get Hussar.
Yes. Well, Hindustani stable is a very good stable because of Imperial Camel.
Yes,
Because Imperial Camel are one of the best cavalry units in the game.
yes. Um, yeah, no, I meant in terms of cavalry, but yeah, Imperial camels are fantastic. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do have a solid light cav line as well. But
Yes.
yeah, I'm seeing a very boom heavy cavalry heavy approach from Turtleship. What was your guys' game plan for here?
So, we were all tired at this point.
It's fair.
Not sure what we wanted to do. And so then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just boom as Gurchins. I've been going aggressive all games.
Hmm.
So I had a pretty good boom setup for Gurchins. Then we had Trash Panda who going the Franks. He also just wanted to have a boom game.
Hmm.
So he just picked Franks because they can boom pretty easily. Trinig was tired of booming and he says, I'm going 1TC. So he wanted Portuguese
Hmm.
for Castle Organ guns. We're like, yeah, sure, you do that. And then Gilgalad went Hindustanis because I think he wanted the camels, and Hindustanis are a very good civ on this map and a very
Yes.
good civ overall. And he'll just boom, I think.
Hmm.
I
Now,
forget. kind of all did our own thing this game and didn't really
Yeah.
care what everybody else was doing.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, when your plan that you've had the whole time kind of gets thrown out, it's weird to have to adapt. Um, I guess I don't actually hate Portuguese for the single TC because it's one of those classic arena civs, right? Pushing through. I don't know how effective organ guns will be. That kind of depends on the enemy comp, I guess. But
Yeah.
um, I like keeping the idea of having three players booming and one player that's gonna be maybe more aggressive to take some mid control. See how that plays out. And that's kind of what I'm missing from the comp from Team Turtleship is I'm not seeing any civ that's great at being aggressive early game. These are all super boomy civs, and you're not gonna get off a Persian douche on Sardis.
Yeah, the trade workshop was always put in our game plans because it gives a nice bonus.
Yes.
It makes 1TC fast imp easy to do for a lot of different civs. I would
There.
treat it like at least another TC, if not two
Uh,
TCs.
yeah, I'd be interested to see how the workshop stacks up against Feitoria. I
Oh,
know the
much
trade
better.
shop. I know it's much faster, but like, how
Yeah,
many Feitorias would equal one trade workshop, sort of thing.
I'd say 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's fair. So then that's the equivalent of what? Well, okay, so Feitoria takes up 20 pop space. It produced slightly less than 20 villagers, but think of this as like 50 villagers worth of resources being sent in. Is I'm
I
gonna,
think so. I think it's about 50 villagers worth.
which is an insane eco boost, especially early on.
Yes.
Even late 50 villagers is ridiculous. But yeah, feudal age is coming in for the first couple players. And Wolf King says no intent for early aggression. That's fair. If you're not thinking of the trade workshop of the mid control as much, then Sardis is one of the best maps to just go full boom with all your players. No scouts attacking a wall this game though.
I love playing Jurchens because you just kill all your sheep at once, kill all your hunt, and you don't care how long it takes them to finish them off. You don't care what fills on what
Yeah, this is
because it
a
doesn't
wild
decay.
bonus. Yeah, a crazy bonus to have.
And it is also an extra 100 to 150,
Right, because that's how much you
depending on
lose
what
through
kind of
just
map.
natural decay. Yeah, yeah, it's a really solid bonus. All right, lots of feudal ages coming in for players all around. And let's see. Wazelle is going fast castle. Who else we got? We got Gilgalad, who looks to be angling towards fast castle. I see. Ah, yes, is putting up the market here in the corner, set up for trade. Clever. Uh, Snowy going fast castle as well. I mean, we're gonna see mostly fast castles from the players here, right? Wazelle actually already
Yeah.
on his way up. With the possible exception of Trenig, who might be going for something different, but isn't actually. Well, he's hitting feudal age in a second. And oh no, he is okay. Yeah, still going fast castle. Right, you said he was going single TC, so definitely going fast castle, and he's on stone already. You can see. There's market. There's blacksmith. Market blacksmith. Market blacksmith. Market blacksmith. Many much market. Many much blacksmith. Castle ages coming in all around. And
Going
yeah,
with a very late feudal age.
yeah, 29 vills. But to be fair, I mean, okay, it's still not a standard 29 because the Persians produce villagers faster, so it's probably closer to a, I don't know, 28 villager uptime. Which, to be fair, he's got his farming eco going already, which is
Yeah.
wood intensive at this point, but is a nice income of food. And yeah, it's Very calm. I think Sardis is probably the calmest start we had to any map. Um, because even on Zawal, you have sometimes a bit of like outposting or early shenanigans, but Sardis, because there's two walls that you have to get through, there's just, you know, not much incentive unless you have something like the Cumans to do much before Castle Age. And you can see here, 4 players on the way up to Castle Age, 3 players on the way up to Castle Age. Again, Thorin lagging behind slightly, but with a Persian eco bonus, that's not a big problem. And second TC being added by Gilgalad, second TC being added by Wazel. The Hindustani's going for those early TCs, man. Second TC being added by the Jurchens.
Yep.
Third TC being added by the Jurchens. And Eco leads slightly in favor of Turtleship, but I think that's because of the castle uptime. Once Thorin equalizes that, that should be even. Although I guess now villager protection. And we do have the castle from Trenig. The most exciting bit of action we've had so far this game. Let's go. Yeah, so if Trenig is going single castle organ guns, you'll probably see him looking to push through and take mid control fairly rapidly. And honestly, like we said, this trade workshop produces so many res that if he takes control of it, that should more than make up for him not going for that early TC boom. So again, that's why I like one player going to the center early to take map control and get that trade workshop.
Yo.
And yeah, you can see here for the Castle Age players, he has his castle targeting not this section of wall, and it's actually doing a fair number of damage, right? This is like 50 damage per shot. So you can start knocking down that wall without having to
500.
expend any
Yep.
units. Yeah, 500 health gone. This is going down very quickly. And so he can make his way through this wall here in an area that's protected by the castle, and we'll be able to get to the middle pretty soon. And now he's sending his scout as well, which will do a tiny bit of chip damage and let him get out like 2 volleys of arrows quicker. Whereas up here, when it's just the scout, it takes a little bit longer.
And at this point, Gilgalad was still thinking we were cutting fast for the second TC.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't sure how it was going to go. So he's having to just wait a little bit. Me and Trash Panda were just decided just to
have
put
frozen
TCs on the
again.
outside.
1 second.
All right.
Okay. We're going again. Do I have something running in the background that's taking up too much juice? I don't know. I don't think so. No. Alright, but yeah, he does. Okay, yeah, he'll just go for a Lungenberg camp in the meantime. And this wall is just about dead. And Team Thirisadai will be able to start scouting the center. And yeah, Trenig actually has, what is this, 6 organ guns already?
Yes.
Immediate TC from Gilgalad here will start taking control of the middle. And lots of TCs. We have a grand total of 13 TCs, or TC number 13 going down for Team Turtleship. Team Thirisadai currently on 3, 6, 9, 10th coming up, but again, going to take control of the trade workshop momentarily, which will make up for that. I mean, 7 village. Turtleship is 7 villagers ahead, well, 5 right now, and the trade workshop will more than compensate for that. Yeah, you can see again how fast these resources are taking up. Although I guess the trade workshop doesn't give stone, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't give
Which,
any
yes,
stone.
which the Fatoria does. So that is one
Yep.
advantage that the Fatoria has. But everything else taking up very quickly here. And I think it looks like Trenig wants to, or is thinking about early aggression against these walls. How do organ guns do against buildings?
They do fine.
Can they
They're not
target
amazing,
a
but they're not
specific
bad.
section of wall?
Yes.
With this, okay, I wasn't sure with the spread shot.
It might not all hit the same wall, but they
Right,
can
sure.
do like a bit. Like I don't know if it's 1 damage per wall, but it's still like 5, 6 shots at
Uh,
each one.
well, right now they're just kind of lined up and waiting. Lots now we have lots more TCs coming out for a Thirisadai here, and I like this taking control of a lot of these resources. Although these weird lines, oh no, there's a gap between these wood lines. I thought this was one big wood line, which would have been super annoying to get around. And barracks coming up as well for Trash Panda. Still very calm though on both sides. We do have actually looks like a lot of these outposts here are in control of Thirisadai, which again is going to be nice to see in finding this early push out. It looks like Turtleship were kind of going for the side exits to try and be sneaky, but I think, yeah, these outposts are pretty likely to spot this aggression fairly early on.
Yes.
And, okay, forward castle here for Trennick. Okay, so not going to push through with the organ guns. Although, yeah, those are doing decent damage. Right? That's like,
Yeah.
20 damage per shot. And it looks like they are hitting just that one section of wall. Despite, like, the animation of the shots is going everywhere, but the damage is only being applied to one specific tile.
It's missing some, but it's still a third of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wall down. So.
Yeah. Like, it's doing damage. I just mean it's not hitting the adjacent pieces of wall at all. But this castle's
Yeah.
up. Imp is in for Trenig, and with that, like, military is just now being added for Team Turtle Ship, and it's a handful of camels right now. And, like, what is this now? 12 organ guns? 11 organ guns will rip through any of that.
Yes.
And we have stables being added by Trash Panda as well. I like that addition for raiding purposes. And the push
And
is out
this.
here on the side. And there are scouts out, which might actually find some of this. Now, that is the one thing here. This eco is very exposed. Packslayer will immediately start engaging against these villagers, which will let Thirisadai know that Turtle Ship are out. And if he garrisons these, yeah, the villagers will be fine. Are going to want to start guarding this workshop to take control, though, as it just switched between 3 players in 3 seconds, but Packslayer will send a scout back to take control. Yeah, and we'll position his scout. So this is something that Thirisadai needs to pay attention to.
Yes.
However,
And
oh, I thought
Trash Panda going back to secure it.
I thought the
with an
push was in, but it was just another wolf attacking the villagers in here.
Oh yeah.
No, that knight is leaving again, though.
It is. It was
Fighting under
told
the
to go over to the
fight under the
to the
GC.
scouts, so it didn't
Okay, there's
realize.
another one.
Yeah.
Okay, defensive castle coming up here from Thorin, but there are trebs here from Trenig, and that Bram will just get smashed, absolutely smashed by these organ guns. Now the castle will go up because Trenig hasn't found it yet, but I think it'll go down just about as quickly, and barracks against organ guns aren't going to do great either. Neither the buildings nor the units out of them.
He needs his siege workshops up because he needs mangonels to fight the organ guns.
Yeah.
I think I'm pinging the trade workshop also.
Yeah. It was
Trenig
under
to take it
control.
back.
But yeah, it looks like Trash Panda has it for now, and we have archery ranges coming up from you. And Imperial Age is in for Trash Panda, it's in for Islar, it's in for Packslayer. And yeah, this castle is being repaired by Thorin, but there's enough here that I think it'll, well, it's a lot of villagers. 16 villagers, so for now they'll actually keep this up, but Thorin is bleeding stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll stop repairing. Oh, because the castle's full health, actually. Ah. What do we got happening over here? Oh, it's a wall being snapped away at. Okay. There is an opening on this side as well, though. Sir Wazell has snuck out and has a castle going up, and also has an armored, the armored elephant that he pushed through with, presumably. More trebs
Yeah,
here, though,
Wazzle's
now.
trying to be sneaky with it. Gonna go try to hit the side and open up.
And now things get messy as we have armies waiting here in the sides. Trash Panda is sneaking through past these, though, and will hit Islar's eco. Islar does have knights here, will be able to respond, but these Cavalier are still going to find some eco kills, find some value, be distracting. The castle from Thorin goes down, and he's forced to retreat. Or Wazell is forced to retreat with the camels. As we have Grenadiers. Oh, Grenadiers. Grenadier organ gun is a nasty combination.
Yes, it's a whole bunch of gunpowder.
Yup. And we have thunderclap bombs coming in, which detonate when
It's basically
defeated.
the
Oh my gosh.
detonate when defeated and does a double
Yeah.
explosion. It's basically a Grenadier's elite upgrade.
Yeah, and you can see here the amount of damage that's being done by all these gunpowder units, as we have Paladin on the way already from Panda. That is fast. Here come the camels. And that is... yeah. A lot of damage, but we have Cavalier collapsing on them from the other side as well. Yeah, the camels will still go down just to the sheer mass. The Cavalier will manage to snipe these trebs, but yeah, I think this fight still goes pretty favorably for Thirisadai. I do think Thirisadai need Halb added to their comp in front of these organ guns, because those are going down fast and they're slow to produce at the moment. And they're not elite yet. Still, this is heavy damage. We now have Cavalier here from Trash Panda, which will serve just fine as a meat shield as well. But for now, this push is stalled out a little bit. But, oh, these are actually Trash Panda's forward stables here, which is going to be a real headache for Turtleship to deal with. Cavalier is now in for Islar with Paladin on the way, but Trash Panda already has Paladin. So Islar will retreat for now as Trennick goes for another castle, and this push is slowly moving forward. More castles coming up to secure the middle as well. And ooh, I like this. We have rows of outposts from Gil-galad, just seeing everything, and that means that he'll see the space on the outside from Islar, and can potentially send some of his own units to raid over here, especially Hindustanis against Teuton Paladin. Sorry?
Right in the south, I have spotted Sir Wazzle's villagers trying to sneak, because I'm like, oh, he's trying to do something. So I send Iron Padoga to fight him.
Have you spotted this armored elephant, though, that's punched a hole into your wall, and there's camels coming in? That is unfortunate.
I have not spotted that. Yeah.
That is unfortunate, because we may see a similar thing. Yes. Ooh, yeah, and we see the Iron Pagodas hunting down the villagers here, and this will actually pull back the camels from Wazell. And the camels will take out the Iron Pagodas, but this is at least a warning that something is coming. Wazell's scout is on the inside of these walls. How did he get inside?
I don't know. Got through the castle somehow.
I just realized that. And these walls will go down and the villagers will sneak in, but defensive castle is coming up. And over here, the push is continuing. Looks like this castle from Trennick was denied for the moment. But a lot of military flooding forward. You can see Paladin from Trash Panda actually just diving under a TC. And Trash Panda will look to drop another castle. Now, Trennick needs to be careful here. There's an amount of cavalry here, and does have some cavalry from Trash Panda to defend, and is doing a nice job microing his organ guns. Oof, but there are big fights happening here.
Yep, in the north, Gil-galad doing an amazing job versus
Ah,
Islar just
this is where
cleaning
the
up.
scout got in. So the camels actually just ran past Trenig's castle. That gate in the wall has not been, or that gap in the wall has not been gated. And in the south, an aggressive castle now from Boiselle as he looks to push in on the side, and his armored elephant will actually go immediately for this markets. Islar being forced back in the north though, fighting under his own castle.
I have denied the castle from Sir Wazzle.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, the Iron Pagodas are here. More camels on the way though. But I don't think Boiselle has villagers down here at the moment. And that armored elephant has been dealt with. More raids up here, and yeah, Gilgalad has taken advantage of his scouting, has camels taking out this space from Islar, and has a side castle of his own coming up, so Islar's in trouble because he's about to be hit from two sides, and a lot of his eco is being found. Nice push happening here from Thirisadai. And yeah, castle from Trash Panda goes up, immediately starts Treb prediction to take down the castle from Thorin. That means that Trenig now has breathing space to complete his own castle. And it looks like Trash Panda wanted another castle, but the villagers stalled out for some reason.
Yeah, he has that trouble for some reason.
Ooh.
Some of us have had that trouble where they just stop in the middle of the building and don't build it.
Now, this forward gold from Snowy will be raided by Sir Rosal, but that's still good information because that still lets Team Thirisadai see this castle coming up from Snowy.
Yes, and at this point, I decided that I'm fully focused on fighting Sir Wazzle, and I'm gonna let Kilikal or Trash Panda push Trash Panda and Trinig to push the middle.
Yes, and we have
Gilgalad's up top and beating the top.
Yeah, and we have Imperial Camel Rider, which are doing wonderful damage here. Wazal is actually forced to send army here to help defend Islar, who has raised all over his eco right now. And this push through the middle is still going. And yeah, army advantage is 150 to 80 right now in favor of Team Thirisadai. Really good position. Castle is being trebbed down here by Thorin as well, which will leave his eco exposed. And he has started going, Trash Bows is going into Savar now. But another castle here, ooh, another castle attempt from Gilgalad. Now the Imperial Camel from Moselle will find this and deny it. And, oh, but Gilgalad has a lot more camels here on the way, should be able to take out this army from Moselle, and ooh, so much damage on this castle though with the Hindustani bonus. I think this stays up. Yeah, this army from Gilgalad should get here in time. And yeah, just by virtue of numbers, we'll win this fight fairly easily.
Yep. Numbers. Not as good upgrades, but.
And this Treb push from Trash Panda through the center continues, taking out a castle from Pack Slayer now. And Trenig looking for another castle, also has his own units, own military kind of blocking that at the moment. But Trash Panda's just building more and more castles here. But yeah, again, I see the weird bug with the villagers just kind of stopping in the center of the castle foundation. That's odd. Trenig's villager is still being griefed by his own military though. And, ooh, nice little army comp being built up here. So Wazel is about to be hit by 3 Trebs and a lot of Iron Pagodas. And he's still busy. No, his army in the north has been cleared up, I guess. He does have Camel Riders, but he's busy trying to slow down this push from Trenig and Trash Panda at the moment. Which Trash Panda does need to work on his gold. He's switching into Light Cav right now, which is going to make these fights a lot more difficult. Still, the mass Trenig is now at 64 elite organ guns. That is disgusting.
Yep. And he was just like, I'm going 1 TC.
Yep, here comes the push in the south. There are 4 trebs here. This castle will go down in no time, and I think these pagodas are more than enough to defend against the camels.
Yep. Having a dodge from melee attack is very good.
Hmm.
So they're surprisingly good against Imperial Camel. I think Imperial Camel still win.
Yeah, Shiitagni now coming in for ooh, okay, so hand cannoneer switch coming in from Gilgalad. I actually like that because you can see a pike switch coming up from Islar, and we also saw another player on pikes earlier. So gonna
Yes.
be a solid option here. And yeah,
And he can also still add in camels when he
yeah,
wants to,
and
and that's
Trash
really
Panda
good
is
hand cannon and
just
camel.
sending Light Cav to the back of the eco from both Pack Slayer and Thorin now, and they're just gonna be all over the base. While at the front, this death ball of organ guns is pushing. And this is looking really good for Thirisadai. 214 army to 40. That's a bit of an advantage, I would say. First castle is down here for Wazel as well. Second one being pressured as Snowy raises a castle of his own, and these pagodas will take out these stables. And you can see a mass evacuation of eco happening from Sir Wazel. And
And this
oh,
point, you're
oh,
just trying to take middle control
yeah.
so
Well,
that we starve them from gold and wood.
you can see that Turtle Ship isn't reacting at all to these light cav raids in the back. So many dead villagers, so many abandoned farms.
Yes. They've got so much stuff going on everywhere, so it's
Yeah.
hard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't blame them. I'd be in the same place, but it is ugly to see. I mean, beautiful to see if it's your own team, right? Ooh, and a nice little blockade here by the Iron Pagoda. So Azel's Rage will be denied as the GG is called. And yeah,
Yep.
nice play from Thirisadai, nice adaptation. I really like the base strategy of 3 players boom, 1 player goes fast castle to get to the center, take the trade workshop to make up for not having more TCs, and then just push through with military. That worked out really well. And with that,
Yes.
okay, hold on, I marked this wrong. Turtle Ship took game 1, Thirisadai takes game 2. There we are. Well played. And you can actually Gilgalad with the economy lead.
Yeah, he did a really good job this
Yeah.
game. Played
Yeah,
really
and
well.
those outposts from Gilgalad were huge in finding Islar's
Yes.
side base and allowing a response to that.
And just taking over that side of the map and then being able to push from it,
Yeah.
forcing them to defend 4 different fronts.
Mhm. All right, so we are tied, and we'll head to map number 3 as a tiebreaker, or I guess tiebreaker for this matchup, not tiebreaker in total since it is by matches won. And that will be Team Islands as the final map of this tournament, and our big chance for everyone to see more longboats, which is the main reason that we all watch.
Yeah.
All right, let me just load this up here. All right, let me know when you're set and what second you're on.
Alright. I'm at second 15.
Okay, let me just catch up to that. All right, I am set. So, whoops, got to Alt Tab out into the right program. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Team Islands. Was it the first map we saw this tournament? No, I don't think so, because we started on some different set. I think it's one of the first maps we saw in Castle Bracket though. But also the map to close this whole thing out. And once again, rather than square islands, we have triangle islands. Which brings me to an important question, Snowy. If you cut a toast sandwich in half, do you cut it diagonally or do you cut it straight across?
Oh, I probably would cut it diagonally.
Hmm. Hmm. I think most people do, and I saw some comment on the internet that was like, this is because that somehow through reasons that physics can't explain, this gives you more sandwich than if you cut it straight across. which mathematically makes no sense, but emotionally I identify with that. It does feel like more.
Hmm.
I don't know
Yes,
why. um,
it does feel like more.
it does feel like more. There you have it. Uh, all right. So for the tiebreaker match in the North, we have Paxlayer playing as, you guessed it, the Vikings. And guess what we'll see from them? I assume longboats. Uh, in his pocket, Islar is the Italians, which we've also seen a whole lot of on Team Islands, and for good reasons, with the strong navy, the cheaper dock techs. Thorin playing is the second back pocket with the Portuguese, so he might see caravels again. And as the southern flank, we have Sir Wazell as the Wu. So I think we'll likely see, I
Yes.
think Fireship and Lu Chuan is what we saw from him playing previously, and I think we'll see something similar. Yeah, take me through your guys' civs.
So in the north, we've got me as the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, extremely good water civ throughout the entire game. Very underrated. Um, then we have Trinig. He was Japanese. I don't know what his plan was. He didn't really know what his plan was. He did not want to play this map.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he hates water.
Mm-hmm.
He so yeah.
So do Fike.
Then Trash Panda going Bengalis because they're a good water civ.
Yep.
And he
With
was
a,
just gonna kind of go fast castle navy, and then
mm-hmm.
Gilgalad's going to go main feudal navy in the south as Vikings because Vikings are very good water civ.
Yeah. That that does surprise me a bit that you. I'd almost like to see the positions of the Bengalis and the Vikings switched. Um, or the Civ positions. I think the player positions are right, but I think Bengalis, the healing fire ships, are gonna get
Yep,
you more mileage in feudal, whereas Vikings have to wait till castle to produce longboats. So having that in
I
pocket,
agree with that.
yeah. But we have actually seen. That being said, we've seen Vikings exclusively play as flanks this tournament. I don't think we saw a single match where Vikings were in the pocket for any team. So, fair enough. Forward dock coming out here from Islar, defense or back dock from Snowy. Forward docks from both Wazell and Gilgalad. And I think, yeah, we'll see back docks from the rest. And likely a fair amount of fast castles. Again, um, another map that's extremely well, I guess water pressure can start in feudal, but you're not likely to get a landing before Castle Age. Although it really would be interesting if somebody tried that. I don't know how effective that would be in a four-player team game, though.
It all depends on if it's scouted or not. If it
Yep.
gets scouted, it's not very effective. But
Yep.
if it doesn't get scouted, it can be extremely effective.
That is fair. And that's the thing with four-player maps is that with four scouts running around, you're just much more likely to have someone scout it, even accidentally.
Yep.
But heavy fishing from both teams, as you would expect. And we'll settle for a nice little. This incidentally, this is one of the things that makes Age of Empires a great game, is that it essentially has a fishing minigame. Um, which, I mean, you have your fishing ship, so you can send out to fish, right? But then the actual fishing minigame in Age of Empires is setting up your fish trap eco perfectly. And I have determined that the mark of a truly great video game is that it contains a fishing minigame, which we can confirm that Age of Empires does, and therefore it is a great game.
That's very true. Now I see. What's the game called you play?
Uh, which one?
The ship game.
Oh, warships.
I'm complete. Yeah.
Uh,
Where's its mini game for
oh,
fishing?
so that one isn't. It isn't a
Is it
great game. It
blowing
has
up
no.
the submarines?
But yeah, if you were to go fishing, it would be fishing for submarines with depth charges, which can be very satisfying, just like running around dropping depth charges and suddenly you get damage ribbons and yeah, that can be fun. Um, but it's a bit of a stretch.
Yep.
It's It's a bit of a stretch, but that's why I run lurk bait fishing when I stream warships, so people can still have a fishing minigame. Um,
Oh, nice.
Trash Panda actually goes for the forward dock here, which again with the Bengalis, he has a back dock as well for the fishing. But I think for the fires, having that forward dock is a really good idea.
Yes.
And the forward
Uh,
house from Trenig.
Gilgalad going for shorefish, which is a lot
Mhm.
less efficiency. Should try to go out for the deep sea fish.
Okay, Wazell has dropped a lot of palisades here, and I assume that that and the houses are mostly as an early alert system against forward sneak from the enemy team. That if in case they try to transport and or to deny space where they could like drop a forward barracks. Um, Unfortunately for him, his villagers being found by the wolf. Getting down to those quick palisades though keeps de-aggroing, but the wolf keeps re-aggroing it. Oh no! Oh
Oh, he
man!
was close.
Yeah, I got the wolf to de-aggro a few times, but it just kept re-attacking. And that wolf... I can't select the wolf because it's sent... Oh, there you go. It's still on half health. So unfortunately, that will get denied. But I do like the idea of placing the palisades just to make sure that you can't, like, your team can't do a sneaky landing, which is still happening, but in the center. Double range. However, Packslayer Scout has been stationed here, so we'll find that. Um, Yeah, Trennig will win out the fight though with assistance from the villager and should get these ranges down. No, okay. We have Islar sending a lot of villagers, dropping an outpost. Brick walls are down. This one villager here is safe. So they won't be able to deny this range. And I mean, Trennig might end up losing 2 villagers here, but the amount of idle time that's being forced out of Islar in sending these 4 or 5 villagers forward to try and deny this, um, arguably worth it. I don't know if actually worth it. Trash Panda now coming in with some fires actually, which might be able to range these scouts. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, those scouts are getting cooked, man.
Yeah.
Uh, we have, oh no, these are just scouts here. We have galleys out from Packslayer in the north. In the south, we have fires from Wazao cleaning up the fishing eco from Gilgalad. So a lot of action actually happening on this map already. And forward docks from Thorin as the Portuguese, so looking to get in on this naval action. And oh, it looks like this palisade was broken and Trenig's scout or Trenig's second villager did go down. However, Islar still has 3 villagers idling here. We'll go for some outposts now and a forward dock of zone. In the north,
Uh,
fire pushing back. Ooh, nice little fire rate here in the north from you.
yep, it had pushed the fishing eco all the way out from where behind Islar's base.
Yeah, well, and it pushes it forward into Trash Panda's fire ships, so this is kind of a rough spot. Packslayer now engaging with his galleys to try and help with this, but that means that the fires can kind of collapse on this navy from multiple sides, and this might cost Packslayer most of his galleys.
Yes.
Ooh, yep, those are getting cooked. And after that, the fires can still come back and find the fishing ships. So that's a nice little raid. Whereas in the south, Wazell actually has fires out and is taking down these docks. Yep. And Snowy's ships will go straight back to sniping fishing ships. Well, they'll pass the ones from Packslayer, but Trash Panda's here as well.
Yeah. We guess we didn't notice either.
Yeah, although I think this fire that's on the dock will eventually hunt them down. And actually, where have Islar's fishing ships gone? Oh, they're still at the front. But they're all super weak, so this is not great for your fishing eco. Do you have a fire on fire fight happening here, which Wazell is winning? Okay, because you have galleys here from Thorin to support. But yeah, here. More fire is being cleared up from Packslayer. or more fishing ships, sorry. Gilgalad actually manages to pull away some fishing ships. But water control is, I mean, good navies from either side. But this big navy ball in the south from oh no, this is two different players. Never mind. Um, it does look like Wazelle is going to be able to clear up this navy from Gilgalad, who hasn't quite managed to mass enough galleys to kite this out. In the north, though, Thirisadai taking control. Ooh, and once again, fires collapsing on a set of galleys. Thorin's in danger of losing most of his galleys. Okay, he'll pull those away. This
Yep, there's a
is,
lot of micro going on.
yeah, and water is just not comfortable for anyone right now. Everyone's forced to
It's
kind of.
very comfortable for me.
That's fair. But you are okay. You're cleaning up another round of galleys, and you've got some ships in the back. Um, but not guaranteed control, I'd say. With
No, I don't
so
have
many
guaranteed
navies,
control.
from so many players, and we actually have War Galley coming in from Thorin first, as multiple players are now on their way up to Castle Age or have reached it. And it looks like Turtle Ship will have naval control in the south, while Thirisadai will have it in the north. We have a lot of fires coming in from Islar now, but he actually, despite being first to Castle Age, has not gotten War Galley. And so with that, the Bengali fire ships should easily win against these. Well, against the Italian fire ships, you do have the galleys from Paxlayer behind to support. And now we do have War Galley coming in from Islar. Ooh, alright. Trash Pan is gonna have to be careful. Yeah, he's being collapsed on by 3 different navies. Ooh, that is
Yes.
rough. That is nice coordination by Turtle Ship. And
The
so
fast
Trash.
imp coming in.
Mm,
Yeah.
ooh, that is a fast imp. We do have, yeah, Trash Panda will just try and get as much damage as he can with his own fires before they go down. And we have a castle from Trennig coming down, which will kind of help secure the forward coastline. Um, Naval advantage firmly in favor of Turtle Ship for the moment. Yeah, we'll start taking out some of these docks, but still plenty of back docks for Team Thirisadai. And, ooh, but Trennig only sent 2 villagers, and so this castle's going to be denied. Ooh, demo! Ooh, still finds value. Nice. Like that addition. Like to see more of demos from everyone.
Yep.
Always like to see them. And alright, we have longboats out for Pack Slayer. And Imp. Now, with Imp, Chinese will get the, what is it called? Dragon ships. And those are just gonna rip through enemy navy. But Imp is still a
Yes.
ways away. And these navies are starting to push already.
And at this point, I take this fight. Because I'm like, oh, I got that advantage, and then I realize imp's coming in.
Yeah,
I just pull everything back.
yeah.
Wait till I want to take the fight.
Which is the correct move here, I believe. As we have Trash Panda going for a 6 TC boom. Which is wild. That is greedy even by Gamer Legion standards.
Yeah.
There we go. Dragon ship is on the way. 1 minute out. Yeah. And after that, this naval battle might turn. Alright, Trennig is back on this castle, and looks like Thorin isn't paying attention, so the villagers will be able to get up this castle. It's lost a fair amount of HP, but even so, it'll, you know, push this entire navy away. Heated shot is not yet. Ooh, shipwright. Shipwright and dragon ship this early is nice. Imp is on the way for
I had
Italians.
a crazy eco going. for fast imp.
And
'Cause
here come the dragon ships. And ooh, nice collapse from both sides as well. Yeah, and you can see it's a whole lot of micro for Pack Slayer to try and just keep his ships alive. We've seen this over several matchups now. These dragon ships do really well against basically any other navy. And that's going to be really helpful with water control along with this castle. Um, Imp is on the way for trending as well as Yasama Towers, which are going to be super. Yasama Towers with heated shot are going to be so helpful for defending the coastline against ships.
yes,
Islar is about to be up to Imp, and I think we might see some potentially cannon galleons from him, although might lose water control before that. This navy is getting pushed back hard by these dragon ships, and you can see how fat, like, health advantage is in favor of Turtle Ship's navy, but it's going down so fast. Like, these dragon ships are
the
absolutely cooking.
turtle ship has double the navy and still losing the fight.
Yeah. And you can see all 4 navies from Turtle Ship being pulled just to deal with these dragon ships and having a rough go of it.
I tried this game.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
tried.
That is pretty hefty. Yeah, and this finally this ball of navy will win it out, but so much damage on these ships already. And it's bought time for the rest of Thirisadai to get back on water, right? As the entire navy. Well, there's a few ships here from Moselle, but the vast majority of the navy from all the players has been pulled to deal with this navy from Snowy. Eco is also in favor of Team Thirisadai by almost 100 units. Just need to start adding military, and Trash Panda's now on the way up to Imp as well. And the next wave of dragon ships is here. And, okay, I know Yasama is in. Do we see Trenny going into towers? Because that's what I'd like to see from him. Towers and heated shot, which is heated shot? Oh no, Japanese don't get heated shot.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty big.
Yeah. Random, what is this? Random scout gets cooked by these 2 dragon ships which have just been parked back here still. And big standoff in the north as Trenig is now adding fire ships to this dragon ship comp.
I think at this point I should have added in galleons or Lu Xuan or had Trinnig add in galleons.
Yeah, I think galleons from Japanese would make more sense to mix in, so you can focus on the dragon ships, but still have something behind it to help.
Because we were still fighting imp to we were fighting imp upgrades versus Castle Age, and imp fire ships, fast fires or dragon ships just destroy any kind of Castle Age navy.
Yeah. And you can see the pushback is happening here as the fishing ships want to get in on that action. Alright, Luchuan's now actually being added to the mix. We do have ballistics being added by Trash Panda, who's up to 160 villagers and really just, okay, has a lot of docks here. I want to see a spam of, okay, he's going fires as well. That's okay. I'd kind of like to see galleons, especially with ballistics coming in for him. I guess he doesn't have fletching yet, though.
Yes. I can see that. He could go the fire ships and let the Vikings go the longboats. But the Vikings are a bit out of the game right now.
Yes. In the north, massive fight, but Navy is just getting cooked, and the military advantage is still about 100 for a turtle ship, but Thirisadai is, like, numbers are growing. And fast fire is in for Bengalis, shipwright is in. Okay, this is Italian fast fires against Japanese fast fires. Oof. But these Portuguese just war galleys, not even galleons yet, are just being absolutely shredded.
Yes, this was like we'd push pretty good and then pull all armies over.
Now, Galleon is in for Wazelle as these fire ships down here just snipe some more fishing ships casually. But actually, Trash Panda is being pushed off of water completely now as well. Is redocking in the north, which is great, but needs to start ship production. Has Galleon queued, but yeah, really just needs to output some navy. And oh
Yes.
my gosh, look at these masses of fire ships. I can't believe no one went demos.
Yeah, they go to demos later, but yeah,
Yeah.
they needed to add a lot more demos to
Well, I
start
think both
beating
teams
this
right now
back.
could, like, if you look at this fast fire ship mass from Islar, I think either team could have gone demos at this point and found huge value.
Yes. Chinese don't get heavy demos, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really want to.
Uh,
Japanese, I think, can.
let's see here. Chinese do get heavy demo.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Japanese do not. Bengalis do not. Oh, sorry, Vikings get it. But yeah, Chinese do as well.
Okay.
Uh, ooh. But yeah, on the other side, uh, Wei get it. Um, Portuguese get it. Vikings get it. And Italians do not. Oh my goodness, just so many fire ships up here. Galleon is on the way now. Imp upgrades are coming in for the Portuguese player as well now. And I think the main problem right now is that it's essentially like 3 players against 4 on water.
Yes.
With Gilgalad just being completely cut off, and now the Luchuan will take down his castle as well. And they'll be able to range most of this eco. Okay, Luchuan being added here as well by the Chinese. And massive fight, everybody losing a lot of ships. But HP advantage slowly in favor of Thirisadai in this fight. And more navies being massed by both players. It does look like Trash Panda is able to finally start pushing back Sir Wazelle on water, which is super helpful. If he can clear up some of this navy, then Gilgalad can think about redocking and have some safety for his eco. But here come the Portuguese galleons.
Yeah, this was exhausting. It was like we beat multiple navies and then they'd have another navy show up.
Yes, Thalion, these are the 2 things I want from players, demos and halberdiers. I want demos because I always want demos, because demos are the greatest and the most satisfying thing in the game.
As we see, they're going down.
And
The
they're
demos.
And I want halberdiers because like 70% of EVBC players are cav players, and so you can counter everybody that goes camels, elephants, or cav, which is what we saw from like 60% of players each match just with halbs. I think Evan Blair community as a community does not value halbs nearly highly enough.
I think
Ooh.
that's true.
All right, we have heated shot coming in from Gilgalad. I like that. That's going to really help his castle here. This army mass in the south is also pushing back. These Luchuan are pretty tanky though. And so I think with that mass behind it, Trash Pan is going to get pushed back. In the north, just a continuous stream of ships from both sides just fighting each other, but heavy demo coming in from the Vikings player and elite cannon galleon from the Italians. And as more and more water upgrades are coming in, this fight is going to get more and more difficult. I think this is where your Japanese player needs to switch into something else than fires.
Yes, I think so.
Alright, in the south though, Gilgalad has been able to redock, is adding in longboats now. Not elite yet, but at least still has some navy starting to be added. And this death ball of double navies just continues. Slowly being pushed back. I think what would have also been great is Yasuma towers being added on the coastline here to snipe away at these
Yes,
navies.
I think so.
Big fight in the south continues. And Trash Panda being a good job of conserving his galleon mass here. Every time the fires in front go down, he pulls back a bit, and lets his own fires get back in front. But again, demos. And this is just a solid line of blinking white on my mini map from these two navies in the north engaging against each other.
Yep. It was just crazy. And at that point, Pack Slayer's adding in demos and just slowly cleaning up.
Yeah, and that's
Navy.
a huge addition, especially, and that's why you need one player going galleons or something. We do have heavy demo coming in from you actually, which is great.
Oh.
You love to see it.
I don't remember
Let's see.
doing that, but okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you're not queuing up any demos, so I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, in the south, it looks like Trash Panda has lost the bulk of his navy, and Gilgalad is still just on. Oh no, he has gotten an elite longboat. Never mind. But oh, okay. Pack Slayer has now landed. And it looks like he's going condos, and there's not much land military here to defend against this.
Yep.
And that might be the beginning of the end then. Depending on how much value these guys find with their raids. There is a wolf chasing them. Okay, in the south now, Wazelle is being pushed back. You have the massive elite longboats has grown enough with the Bengali fire ships. That's a really good combination, I think. And these Luchuan are being sniped down, which is going to be super helpful in these fights, not to have them behind dealing damage. But the condo raids are in. They are on Snowy's wood lines. They are running over Trenig's base. And the water push in the north continues. We have Horse Collar coming in from Islar at minute 49. Does he have a farming go? Oh yes, he has a farming go. 20 farms with no Horse Collar for 50 minutes is a lot of wood. And oh no, it looks like the longboat's overextended in the south. And so Gilgalad forced to remass those. Castles coming up in the north, but another castle here from Pack Slayer, and we do have elephant archers being added by Trash Panda, but I'm not sure where they're going. They're being sent to the front, but they're not actually addressing this push that's happening. So that's...
They're going down to fight the bottom push from Sir Wazzle.
Oh my goodness, there's another landing here. Yep, I didn't even see that. Fair enough. Will be nice. We have double condos now in on the base, which is kind of rough, and the navies are starting to push more and more. And ooh, a lot of idle fire ships here from Trash Panda. To be fair, he's busy fighting this other stuff. But that's still unfortunate for the navy engagement, right? We have pings in the north as Trenig's fire ships are about to be overwhelmed by the three navies here. There's been a lot of longboats. We've seen longboats up here from Paxter. Gilgalad's had a rough time trying to get... I do like the demo edition, but he's had a hard time... Ooh, nice demo. Had a hard time being able to mass up the longboats, as the GG is called.
I was trying to see if it was early or not, but I don't. I
I
still don't think it was early.
No, I think it was reasonable. I Yeah, I think I really like the game plan for both teams. I think what would have helped you guys a lot is just having the Bengalis on flank and the Vikings in pocket. Um,
Probably.
because those early fights, I mean, part of it is that Wazell loves his early fire fights. And so
Yes.
that put Gilgullet in a rough spot who only had galleys to counter, which is so much more micro intensive. I think having Bengali fire ships to counter that would have made that easier and would have allowed the Vikings to mass up longboats much earlier. Um, because the fact that you had two players off of water in the south meant that they were able to send three navies versus two in the north, which let them win. Because if it was 2v2, I think you guys would have won the water fight in the north. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's hard to
Uh,
say. It was also very fortunate for Turtle Ship that there was a scout. This was an idle scout that Paxlayer had sitting here, which, I mean, maybe it was intentionally there because that's the
it
most
was
likely.
intentional there.
Yeah,
Like they were looking for it, and so they would
that's
have found it.
that's fair.
Um,
So credit to them for that. But the way that it was found immediately and wasn't even able to get up the one archery range, I think Trennig could have gotten some more damage in there if he had managed to get a couple of land
maybe.
units. But yeah,
I think it getting denied at 98 was pretty lucky for Turtle
that
Ship,
was yeah a doubt archery range. You don't see them often, but they do happen.
and it would have forced Islar to actually build counter army on land.
Hmm.
But other than that, it wasn't. Uh, Turtle Ship like knew what they were doing and wasn't
Yes.
really lucky about
Yeah.
finding anything.
That's fair. I do think the thing that Turtleship could have done better with Navy is Portuguese going Carracks would have been very helpful in these fights, I think. But also adding in demos much
Hmm.
sooner, especially if you see your
Yeah,
opponent going double fire ship, immediately go to demos if you can. I mean, to be fair, not
definitely.
everyone has heavy demo, but I think three out of the four civs from Turtle Ship had it, and I saw one player doing. And that's my soapbox for this tournament, right? Is everybody should make more demos because that's more fun stuff for me to cast. But you know,
Yep.
but you can see this heavy naval game where we have about 5 to 600 ships in for both teams as the three most created ship types. Here we got 135 longboats from Team Turtle Ship and another 68 for Thirisadai. And yeah, with that, Turtle Ship take this 2-1, and I do believe that netted them the most total victories in the tournament, as I'm actually super uncertain what the scores were in the first two rounds. I've already forgotten that, but I think they just went 2-1 in every set.
Yes, I
Uh,
think
so
so.
so that's a total score of 6-3. Um, and I think the next most was Team Longboat, who had 5 wins and 4 losses, went 2-1 twice and 1-2 once. And then Caravel and Thirisadai in third and fourth place, I believe. Again, I'm not sure about the wins and losses. I would like to declare myself the winner of this tournament, as I won every set that I played. Um, and I didn't lose any games to. Oh, Caravel actually tied Longboat 5-4. Okay. So then the head-to-head went 2-1 in Team Longboat's favor. Yes, mostly more explosions is what I'm looking for. But yeah, good games. It was another exciting round. And for those of you who haven't seen the Caravel versus Longboat set of round three, I believe it is up on the YouTube. Uh, we had that as a live cast. That was pushed back so that despite my travel misadventures, I was able to get there a day late and play at least one set with my team. Uh, one game difference between first and second. Yeah, that is solid. Turtle ship 3, 6. Oh, rounds games. Okay, okay. Okay. Nice. Well, I think this has been a great tournament. I think despite despite like I think the scoreline doesn't reflect how close a lot of these games were. I feel like every team had a chance to be competitive. Um, yeah, curious to see how that develops next year with especially with more castle bracket players uh having a chance to be promoted and uh get us more teams in there. What
Yes, that would be really exciting.
Yes, and since Trenick got whatever he was pushing for, since Trenick got rid of the time limit on games this year, I'm gonna have my soapbox for next year, which is that we add Nomad to the nap pool. There. I see you're not a Nomad enjoyer.
No, I am not.
Uh, well, that is unfortunate for you, but
It is very unfortunate. Uh,
had it last year. Yeah, but it got banned all the time.
like it should have been
No,
banned all the
that's
time.
not the point. Hey, I wanted to play. It's not my fault everybody else banned it and my team didn't want to play it.
I will stop target banning maps when people stop target banning my maps.
You know what? That's fair. Oh boy, we'll get it. Well, maybe we'll see it some other time. Yeah, but that concludes all the games for this tournament. Thank you all for showing up to watch and everyone who played, and everyone who organized. Um, was a huge success, I'd say, this year, and also just a great time, especially for those of us who got to visit Southpaw and hang out together. It was really nice seeing everyone doing some stuff together. Uh, I'd rate this a solid 5 stars, and how much fun I had. Watch it get banned every time. Yeah, this
Yep.
is my blessing. This is my curse. Yeah, and thanks Snowy for
Super
co-casting
good
today.
tournament.
Um,
Yep.
especially
You're welcome.
on the last minute notice since this stream was only announced very late. It's been a chaotic week for me as well. Um, but yeah, I think Southpaw was thinking of potentially hopping in for an announcement, which we have pre-announced in Age of Empires fashion.
Okay, that's
We'll
exciting.
see. We'll see if that happens. 5 out of 7 would play again with Rice. Can't hop on, so go ahead. Okay. Uh, hold on. Let me just shut this down here. Yes, Southpaw can't hop on, so I get to make the announcement. On the 28th of February, we are planning to have a show match, which will be featuring Team Longboat with Ender this time, playing against Team. This was not the Turtle Ship. There we go. So Team Turtle Ship versus Team Longboat. This time without substitute. Gonna have a show match. I don't know what the details are about maps. I don't think we know about that yet. Longboat will have a sub. There you go. I will unfortunately not be able to make it, but somebody will sub in for me. It's gonna be great.
Wait, you're not gonna make it?
No, I'm kidding. I will be able to make
Oh,
it. At least
I
that's the
I
plan.
was like, I was thinking that was the whole point
that
of
that
the
that is
rematch.
the whole point, but in a cruel twist of fate, the French are gonna get in my way and prevent me from being there. It's gonna be Trash Panda. Oh, okay, so we do actually have a sub. We have Trash Panda subbing for Jaeger. Okay, so we do have
Um,
a sub, but it's not me
I was
because
offering to sub for Jaeger, but that might imbalance
okay,
the teams too much.
yeah, I guess that's already determined. I assume it's the French who are preventing Jaeger from playing because they've been the problem this entire tournament for all of us, mostly me. Um, But yeah, right. The plan is Southpaw is planning monthly show matches, so be on the lookout for those. This is going to be the first one, and I assume in the meantime he'll be busy planning the next ones and contacting people. Or if
All right,
you're
Southpaw.
interested,
I
talk
want
to
to be in
him.
the next show match.
There you go. There you have it. Snowy will be in the next show match.
I don't
Uh,
care my team.
ooh, uh, yeah, and details to follow in terms of maps and I guess rule specifics, nomad maps only and such. Um, I believe somebody threw out Exploding King's random cost mod show match. You know, don't know who that was, but I'm sure it's a brilliant person who has brilliant ideas. Yeah, cool. Well, on that note, I think I am going to end here and potentially get, I'm deciding whether to get sleep or whether to watch the Winter Olympics. Um, there's been some interesting games, but yeah. Thank you all for being here. Um, Always nice to have people chatting in stream. To everyone else, hope you get a chance to watch these VODs. Really good games this year. I'm really glad that we got to cast all of them, rather than just have to pick out a few like we've had to do in past years. Um, Thanks to Southpaw for organizing. Thanks to Lethalian for getting me a lot of these overlays and adapting some of them so I could run them on the stream. They look so good this year. Thank you to all my co-casters who were on with me.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this
I
not
hope
why you're
you're
here?
I hope you're all entertained. I sure was. And like I said, next year, remember more demos for more clippable moments. Yeah, that's it
Yes.
for me.
Yep. Thanks everyone for joining in.
Yep. Have a good night.
We'll see y'all.